Up, chat. Can you guys hear me? Does everything work okay? I was planning on streaming 40 minutes ago, but I forgot. I took my camera. I, I had to plug all my stuff back. I took my camera, my tripod. I had to plug everything back in. And then I don't know if you guys know, when you're away from your computer for like a week, you gotta log back into all these accounts and stuff. So yeah, it took a while to get going, but here we are. Oliver, how you doing? Udon, Tony, King of Hoops. Just want to quickly say Bijan is who people thought LP was. Low key kind of is. Did you enjoy your point 0.5 seconds of freedom from stream? I did, but I missed it. I missed stream, man. I missed streaming. It's weird. I do this for work, and some days I'm like, gotta go to work today. But then being away, I'm like, man, I gotta miss streaming. Spurs in 6 might be onto something. This will be a good series. I think people are underestimating how good of a series this will be just because the Spurs beat the Thunder. They think they're going to walk over the Knicks, but I actually think the Knicks match up better against the Spurs than the Thunder did. Young Oos, what up? Bees with the money. Where you hoop at? I don't hoop no more. I don't hoop anymore. Or where did I? Are you asking where did I hoop at? What up, Yoru? How you doing? Greg Scott, hear me? Cool. Audio great. Thanks, Sugar. Freak Nitty is now over Freaky Beat. Wait, what do you? Oh, because of the broadcast, guys. Was I the only one tripping? I was like Nitty. I kept trying to throw him. I kept trying to give him like outs. I was trying to help him out, and he wasn't letting it happen. Ronan, thank you for the $2. Was the Scoob and Moon game at one? Oh, we got a lot to talk about. That was a tag team game. That was a tag team. Davo's going to be mad at me. I'm just going to spoil it because some of the clip we're going to go through all the clips and we'll talk about some of these games. Guys, I'm just going to spoil the game. I'm not going to spoil who won. It was Moon and Rob tag team versus Scoob and Zay. It was it was that was probably the best game of the series. There was a few actually. There was a few that were up there. My top five, they're almost all tied. 2 through 5 is tied. That was the best game of the series. Best game of the entire series and best game of the event, even the event and everything. That was the entire best game. It was Moon and Rob tag team versus Scoob and Zay. Is Cat a Hall of Famer if he wins the finals? I don't think. I don't know. I don't think it's just that. He might end up being a Hall of Famer regardless. What up, Sammy? Looks like everything working fine. All right, good. I see like the camera just like slightly. I can adjust it a little bit, but it'll be fine. What up, T Smooth? Knicks or Spurs? I mean, I got the Spurs. I got the Spurs, but Cat does give Wimby some problems in the regular season, so it'll be interesting to see how they adjust. Knicks beat the Spurs in the cup. Yeah, they did. That is very different, though. That is very different. Savannah, how we doing? Where did I hoop at? I hooped NAIA at York College, but then I played in Australia for 9 years. I played over in Europe. I say Europe. It's not really the same. I played in England for a year. Jomo, how we doing? Watching June Flight the whole month. We will definitely be checking out some more June Flight for sure. As long as Doris Burke isn't commentating, I'll be fine. What up, 2009 D Wade? That needs to be a pay-per-view. That needs to be a pay-per-view game. Yeah, there's man. So this is, I talked about it in that video, but this is what this OTD Elite was not meant to be all the best 1v1 games. There were some 1v1 games that were very good. I meant the whole series in general. There was also some 1v1 games in the series that were very good, but it was meant to like create more storylines and also just bring back that competitive nature. I can talk about it a little bit now, but not until some of the games are released. But what I was hoping this would do was, you remember when we would go back and watch like TNC War Zones where they would have like OTD Ball is Life players against like the TNC guys and they'd be matching up on teams and playing. This brought back that same vibe, like that competitive edge, that competitive nature. It was really good to see some of these players that have kind of been coasting. Watching them like play at their best was pretty impressive. Half Speed Hoops. What day was the tag team? I believe it was the second day. I believe. Eat a bowl of rusty nails before listening to Dorisberg. I've always liked Dorisberg. What's going on? what happened? I was always a fan of Dorisberg. Nobody likes her now. It was some elite bump. It was crazy, man. And then just seeing them all in the same gym, I couldn't. It was hard to wrap my brain around. I need to leak that game. Nah, it's not gonna be me. Nah, because it's gonna ruin it for you guys. Like it'll ruin it for you. It'll ruin it for you. Knicks in 5 or 6. Yo, Mitty, what up? Scutala. Kutala, my bad. Yeah, 19 was there. I commentated with him one game. He commentated with me one game. That was really dope. Actually, yeah, he commentated with me one game. I was watching the TNC guys interact. That's why I said it was dope. It's like the vibe at first when we first got there, it was still a little like, I wouldn't say it's grudge. It wasn't a grudge, but it was like cliquish, like most of the TNC guys were around the TNC guys. And then whenever a game was going on, they would only cheer for the TNC guys. And say, like OTD guys were kind of, and Ball is Life guys, they probably cheer for each other on different platforms more. But the TNC guys were very cliquish at first. And even towards me, I think a lot of them thought I was like, I think they thought I was only for the OTD guys. So it was really standoffish. There was only one person there the whole time that I didn't really get to have a combo with and didn't get to kick it with. We're not going to talk about that. But every single other person, by the end of the week, it was just like everybody was like this. Everybody was, because it's like the whole point of that event was to make the crossovers games happen more often, make people realize like if you want to be the best, you got to play the best. It just brought the best out of every player. It was really good. Nick's spacing might make but I don't think Wemby's going to guard Cat. What they did against the Thunder was put Wemby on just like some other player and then force that player to have 40. I think they'll do that same thing with the Knicks. So maybe Bridges or something like that. Rob play in person. It's funny. Again, I don't even know how much of this I can talk about. I'll just say briefly, Rob from day one compared to Rob on day two. We're going to go through all these clips. I'm just going to load up the clips so we can talk about that. That's going to answer a lot of y'all's questions and also let me know what I can and can't talk about. We really need Randall back on the commentary. He called the Keon comeback perfectly. Jerome Randall, like I said, he's a brilliant basketball mind. Although, I will also say this. It's also not rocket science to know that Scar is going to let somebody get back into the game as well. What up, D-Ro? Doris Burke's commentating is sometimes insufferable, but I feel like what happened was Doris Burke was always okay, but then one person pointed something out like, oh, Doris Burke this, and then someone else was like, yeah, I don't like her, and then it started this whole wave of like, people don't like her no more. Oku finally got back from Barbados. What up, Cheese? How we doing? Yeah, Tim Legler. Does Tim Legler commentate anymore? Has he commentated in a while? And Mike Breen? Bang, bang. He's recovering from hangovers? Nah, not me. Not me. I was working, man. I was working hard. You and Nitty plus Dev Masterpiece? We haven't done that yet, have we? Black Ghost. Can we talk about the Bijan game? The Bijan versus the live event game? Yeah, of course. We can talk about any of the live stuff. I just didn't want to talk about the series stuff unless... I believe it's this page. Oh, yeah, there's so much. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, there's so much here. We got to talk about all this. Yeah, okay. So I got to make sure I don't spoil some of these games. Got to be careful. Yeah, Wemby on Hart. Yeah, something like that. The only problem is Josh Hart. They saw what Alex Caruso did last series, so they'll have some tactics already. So that little ghost screen or slip screen they were setting at the top with Caruso to Shea. Yeah, it'll be interesting to just see what they do. They got some options here. Dave said this in his live too. Rob day one and day two was heaven and earth. All right, good. Because Rob on day one, I'm going to be honest. You know how we've been seeing Rob, I guess just with time off, recovering from his injury. He just didn't, I can say this now. Rob just seemed like he was so disinterested. And remember, he was like, I don't really, yeah, I'll take it or leave it. I'm just chilling. I'm just having fun. And that's how he was on day one. And then we had a conversation. He was like, because when you're in the gym with the best players, you don't want to be the dude that's just like chilling, whatever. And Rob was just like, man, I don't like how I looked. I don't like how I looked yesterday. But he was in there that second day. He was in there early, like an hour early before the series, the recordings even started. He was in there. He was shooting around. And he was just like locked in. It looked like he was preparing for a game. And then day two, I think he might have played 3 games, 3 or 4. Every single game he went off, like literally every single game. It was like vintage Rob. So that's the part I was happy about seeing. Like, it's just, I think it does just take like competition to like bring out the best again. And because the guys are split up on, basically 2 different platforms, they don't really like get to see the best of the best from the other side. You kind of rest a little bit on your laurels, but then you get in that gym and they all started going at each other again. What it do, Air Cages? Talk about how weak Chet is. The entire series, Vessel was on him instead. Vassell was on him instead of the Spurs. So I will say, though, a lot of people have turned on Chet. And, man, first of all, I don't like blaming players regardless, just because, I mean, Chet, how old is Chet? 24, 23, 24? Is that right? Like, he's a young kid. He didn't play well. It's obvious to see. I do think he should have been more aggressive, but I've been there as a player where you try to be conservative. You've got the MVP on your team. You've got other dogs on your team. Like, someone else will do it. And you make the right play. Chet did make the right play all the time, the correct play, right? He always made the right play. But then you just won a championship. So basically, Chet's like, I don't want to fuck it up. I don't want to ruin this for anyone. I don't want to take on Wemby, get blocked, and they're like, man, Chet couldn't beat Wemby. So he's being conservative this whole time. Then you lose the series. I know Chet is already at home going, fuck it. Why didn't I shoot more? I should have just shot every time. Like, if I knew we were going to lose, I would have just shot. I would have done this. I would have done that. So I don't like to blame players, because sometimes that's the learning experience you need. Obviously, we can all sit at home and make the obvious take of like, if Chet played better, they win. And that's what all the Kendrick Perkins, even Iman Shumpert, a couple other players too, like a couple other former players and analysts are just like, they're roasting Chet. And it's like, that's the obvious answer, duh. But you have to go through that as a player before you learn that. Like, maybe that's where people's killer mentality comes from sometimes. Again, I've been there. I know what it's like. So sometimes you just have to go through that and learn it, and then feel bad for a whole summer, and then get back the next year. Now, if he does it again the next year, we'll know it's a problem. The Thunder just won a championship, and the problem they ran into that they couldn't solve was Wemby. Wemby is going to be a problem that not many people are able to solve. So yeah, I don't really want to put this on a player. It's not on the coach. It's just Wemby is just that crazy. The Spurs, people want to talk about Castle's defense, Vassell, Champagne's defense. They want to talk about how good individual Derek Harper's, Dylan Harper, sorry. They want to talk about all these players individually, how good they are defensively. And I'm like, they're good defenders. Don't get me wrong, they're good defenders. But when you have Wemby as your captain in the back, like, that's what it's almost, most people that are athletic and decent defenders look like all-star defenders. So that's not to say they're bad defenders. I'm just saying, I think we're really overlooking the impact of Wemby. I think this series, the Thunder Spurs series, just said more about Wemby than it did anybody else. And Chet is used to being the tallest player on the court. He gets on a court finally where he's not the tallest and he doesn't know what to do. Like that, okay, you got to solve that problem. Now, I've said this to, I think when I was having that conversation with Michael Lancaster, people talk about like NBA players are the smartest or they're the most tactical and they can solve all these problems and they're really good. And I'm like, no, NBA players have typically been the strongest, fastest, tallest, most athletic player on the court. So they haven't had to solve a lot of fundamental problems for the most part. There's obviously Jalen Brunson's and, the Chris Pauls. There's some people that had to solve problems, but for the most part, they haven't really had to solve a lot of problems. And you can see that because once they get to the NBA, you're now matching up against people that are as athletic, that are as strong and physical. So a lot of people struggle to become a role player. They struggle to play fundamental basketball because they've just been the best forever. But then now we take that up another notch. Now these players are playing against someone like Wemby, who is 8 inches taller than them, 9 inches taller than them, and they're struggling to get layups. They're struggling to shoot the ball. Shea is struggling to hit his fadeaway because Wemby's in the paint and still might block it. Like, the NBA players right now, they're running into the same problems that normal high school kids run into when they play a D1 athlete, right? So that's why I say at every level, the most important thing is strength and athleticism and genetics. Like that's more important than anything else. Then the skill and the IQ and all that sort of stuff. But the most important thing, strength, athleticism, and genetics. And we're seeing that right now. Wemby is that. How many boys Black Ghost looked in the series? How my boy Black Ghost looked? Oh, Scoob. Scoob looked great. He played maybe 4 games. I think he played great in most of them. But the difference was Scoob's team wins like every game, every series, typically, because they play hard. Him and Zay, they'll win everything. The difference was now we got the TNC guys there with their best tag teams or their best team games. So now games were more like back and forth, or other teams were winning, and it was just more competition. Like it was just, I don't know how to explain it. It was what basketball is supposed to be. OTD shouldn't be winning. Like, the best player shouldn't just win every game. Even like Nas shouldn't be winning every game. The competition's so good, he should be losing some. So the competition is just getting that much better. Davo said he spent around $120,000 on this. Yeah, I heard because he flew out like 30 people. So you got to think about just the travel, Airbnbs, and all that stuff for 30 people. I mean, that's most of the budget right there. Chet has to do better. He literally just, no, obviously he needs to do better. That's why I said that's the obvious thing. Obviously he needs to do better, but at the end of the day, Shea didn't play well. If Shea plays well, then Chet can still play bad and they win. Like, how are we putting this on Chet? The MVP didn't play like an MVP. And if I were going to put this on a player, it would be on Shea. It wouldn't be on Chet. It wouldn't be on Wallace. It wouldn't be on freaking Caruso. It's not going to be on Jalen Williams, who was hurt. It's not going to be on AJ freaking AJ. I'm blanking on names. It's not going to be on those guys that were hurt. It's not going to be on anyone else. SGA didn't play like MVP. I'm not putting that on Chet. Got the Knicks upsetting the Spurs. Honestly, whoever wins this, it's going to be great for the NBA. It's time to give Bijan a new nickname. Now we got Freaky B. Bijan is also the boogeyman. He's also the boogeyman. Bijan got a couple nicknames. Wemby wasn't on Chet the whole time. Well, I mean, Wemby wasn't guarding a lot of people the whole time, but everyone was still struggling to shoot around it. He was help side the whole time. Basically, the Lakers with Gobert would look like a decent defensive team. Yeah, 100%. We saw that with DeAndre Jordan. We've seen that with Gobert. We see that with teams that Drew Holiday plays on. Wherever Drew Holiday plays, their defense is always good. He's Portland Trailblazers now. Now the Trailblazers are magically a good defensive team. Spurs were smart. They turned SGA's strength into a weakness with making him take smothered contested middies. Yeah, and they forced him to try and score 40 without fouling. And then they also tried to force other players to have to go get buckets on their own over Wemby's help side. How did Rob do? Rob did very well. Let's just say that. Think SGA adjusted too late, but also the Thunder were unhealthy. The Thunder won their championship playing all unhealthy people too. That's just part of it. That's just part of almost everyone that wins a championship has some luck on their side. You always play injured teams and you're always injured. Michael Lancaster would argue knowing 30 ways to do a crossover step is the most. So the next time me and Micah talk, we're going to dive more into like our differences because we're mainly talking about CLA. So next time, I think you have to do that to break the ice. Next time we can really dive into our differences. Jalen Williams better be healthy. Yeah, hopefully. SGA looked very good even without foul baiting. Did he look MVP good? He did play good game 7. They lost though. No, AJ Mitchell. My bad. That's the name. Game 7, Shea didn't play well. Yeah. I didn't say just game 7. I was talking about the series. But the problem game 7, or the problem is you guys are looking at Shai's stats. And did you look at what happened at the end of the game? What happened at the end of the game with Shai whenever they were within striking distance? Again, this is why I said I've been there before in moments where my team needed me to go make a play. Alex Caruso had an open 3 when they were down like 7 points with like 2 minutes left. They were down 7 points or 6 points. Alex Caruso in transition thought about shooting a 3, and he was like, it's just not my shot to take. There's 2 minutes left. Get it to the MVP. Swings it to Shai, and then Shai goes, and he threw it to Cason Wallace. And then Cason Wallace dribbled a couple times. He threw it back to Shai, and then Shai drove and he kicked it out to, and the ball started swinging around and flying around, and then it ended up with Jalen Williams, tall, light-skinned Jalen Williams, shot fake, one dribble pull-up in the mid-range, highly contested, and he missed. And there was 3 possessions in a row where Shai didn't want the ball. Like, yes, he had good stats, but it's like the reason you have an MVP is for those numbers, or for those moments. Like Kobe would have just went and got a shot off over 4 people, 5 people. I'm getting us a shot. When you're the second best player on the team because you're, I didn't see. I would say at that level, the small details make the difference. One player underperforming causes the team to lose. Yes, but again, like the MVP. So the MVP, the best players on the team, Shaq talks about this all the time. They'll win you 2 games. Right? The role players will win you a game. And then the coach will win you a game. The role players and the coach, everyone on the Thunder did their job. SGA just didn't win his 2 games, really. Someone told me Zay would kill Bijan. It would be a good game. That would be a great game. So basically, OTD smaller names guys can't compete with OTD top guys, so they need TNC guys to come in good games. But TNC... Yeah, Jamarcus Jones, you're doing weird stuff. Yeah, you're doing the thing. You're doing the thing. You're doing weird stuff, man. That's got to be exhausting. So how was it seeing Lat in person? I got to have a few conversations with Lat. Like I said, you guys know he's one of my favorite players. So it was really cool seeing him in person. I picked up some more details too. He's legit. Watching him in person changed any of your initial thoughts on him. Which one, Federa? Who are you talking about? SGA one game was -28. SGA looked tired the 4th quarter. SGA did not play MVP level at all this past series for his standards. Yeah, I hate SGA with my heart. He stole my chips and Pacers. You can't deny game 7 was getting buckets. Yeah, I'm saying he played well. He played well. I'm just saying, like, SGA played well. But it's not did he play well. It's did he play better than the other team's best player. He didn't play better than Wemby. He just didn't outperform Wemby. I'm not saying he didn't play well. Any extra suggestions today? No, probably not. I've got like 6 videos lined up. I don't know what you guys are talking about. SGA was lethal from the mid-range game 7. How did Lat do? Everyone did well. Everyone. So the thing I liked about this series was that at points in the series, at some point, almost every player shined. Almost every player had a moment, like in a team game, a tag team, or something. There was many moments where people would go off for like 20. I saw someone score 39 points out of 41 in a team game. A team game, by the way, 39 out of 41 points. Even statistically, he wasn't himself. He was good, but isn't good enough. Yeah, 100%. There's no blame that should go on any one player, but you can't say Shai played well and everyone else sucked. Like, you see what I mean? Shai airballed a step back 3 after all that. What up, Coach Derek? How we doing? Chet definitely gets blamed. You can't shoot the ball. I mean, everyone gets blamed when you lose, but I feel like people are hyper fixating on, oh, the problem was this one person. The problem was this one person. Again, take a step back. Take a step back. Let's see the overall bigger picture. The overall bigger picture was Wemby. They couldn't solve Wemby. Jared McCain looked very good for a few games. He did, but Jared McCain is good when they're ahead. He always struggles making those buckets when they're behind. Is you want Shai to do everything then? Chet was 3rd team All-NBA and took 2 shots. No. Demar, did you guys, when I was just now talking about Shai and Chet and the Thunder, did you guys hear me say that I wanted Shai to do everything? Or did you guys hear me that Shai probably should have been the guy at the end of the game? Those are 2 different things. I don't think I said I wanted Shai to do everything. Yeah, I told a bunch of those guys. I was like, hey, we got to have an interview at some point. All those players I spoke to, I want to get interviews with them. Oh, with Rob? Yeah, Rob looks different in person only because I know he just doesn't look like he's moving very fast on camera. He's very quick in person. So basically, it's about to be some agenda bullshit. Yeah, it's even when we get all the best players in one gym and I'm giving all of them their flowers and I'm saying how great the event was and how good all of it, I'm so excited and this was a great thing. Someone goes, oh, so you're saying, actually, you're saying the TNC guys are actually better than OTD because the OTD guys, they're not as good as TNC because they didn't start it and they're not as innovative. Exhausting. How is this what you choose to spend your time on? The Marine, he's definitely beating Kel and Teo. I don't know. Those are great matchups. Talk about Teo. He put on, man, Teo too. There's too many players to talk about. Like I said, we're gonna go through these clips. I think the times where the best player can will their teams to win a championship is not going to work in this era due to teams adapting quick and Wimby being the anomaly. No, Wimby willed his team to a championship, or not a championship, Western Conference championship. Wimby did that. Wimby did the thing that we're saying. This is I hate. This is why I hate NBA narratives. I hate NBA storylines, NBA narratives. We're talking about what Chet should have done better, and it's like, yeah, I agree, should have played better, but it's because of Wimby. Like everyone's just overlooking what Wimby, 7'4" alien shooter, hitting half court buzzer beaters, 5 feet behind the three-pointer. Like Wimby is the story of the series. You don't like Shea, do you? What are you talking? One of my favorite players. You were so locked in, you forgot to record. Yeah, I mean, once we got started though, I didn't have any time off. That's why I was saying we had to do an interview early on. But how you doing, B&B? Isn't CLA basically small-sided games? As CLA people will tell you that that's way wrong. That's straw manning their argument. That was definitely Boog. Anti-Shea propaganda. It's like you never left. How's that anti-Shea? Y'all hold Shea to a different standard than we ever held Kobe, or like all this. Every superstar went through what Shea's going through. Think about Jokic. Think about Giannis. Giannis won a championship, and then the next year that he didn't, people were shocked and said he fell off. Jokic won a championship, didn't win it the next year, and they say Jokic actually isn't as good as we thought he was. And now we get to Shea. Shea loses doesn't get a chance to win a championship. Everyone's like, Chet fucking sucks. Chet sucks, man. Golly, that Chet guy. When you stream, you have time for an extra vid. Check the suggestions in your Discord. Okay, I got you, Nani. Reese record real quick. Somebody said he was 5-5. I'm gonna look at record. Someone asked me to. I got a comment today. Asked me to check out Bielis's top 10. So we'll probably look at records when we do that. Definitely couldn't solve Wimby when he was on defense, but I think they figured him out on the offensive end. Did they? They're having to put so much time and effort on Wimby that other guys are scoring, though. Reese needs to play. Oh, come on. But it's hard to do everything at the end when you do everything the whole game. Don't worry. Y'all are doing it. Shea got MVP, and then he won finals MVP, and he won back-to-back MVPs and won a championship. And now we're trying to blame everyone else but Shea. And I'm not even saying Shea deserves the blame. I'm just saying that was his moment to be like, I'm the guy. Give me the rock. I'm the guy. Who looks bigger in person? Pause. I don't know. They're about the same. They're about the same. Was it like personal, or y'all just didn't cross paths? I mean, for me, it's not personal. I think there might be some animosity the other way, which is fair enough. Might be a person that doesn't like the way I talk about them on stream or my reactions or whatever. People sleeping on Teo. Man, he's going to be around forever. Yeah, he got way better. You think Bijan should play Cam? I like all those games. I think the space is we're in an area where I want to see all these games happen. think most people in chat are referring to you, but there's like propaganda from other fans in the space to believe TNC can't compete with OTD talent-wise. I mean, I don't really see that anymore. I haven't really seen that be a talking point. I don't see many people saying OTD or TNC can't compete with whoever, but I do hear every single day in my stream, I get people talking about TNC this, TNC that. You just hate TNC because this, and I'm like, what is happening? What is going on? Who cares? Did Randall only play in the King of the Court? Randall played 2 games. He played a team game too. He's amazing. Amazing to watch. NBA narratives are annoying as heck. I agree. Jokic's PR is through the roof. I think he deserves more flack for that shit against the Wolves. Even though he had, well, what about Aaron Gordon being injured? And what about 3 of his starters being injured? But listen to all the leeway that everyone's giving Shea. Listen to all the leeway that everyone gives Shea because AJ Mitchell and Jalen Williams were injured, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. It's just NBA narratives in general. What's the word? 4 shots in 30 plus minutes is inexcusable. Yeah, you know what, guys? Chet sucks. Chet's worst player in the NBA. I'm with you guys now. Screw it. It's just easier. It's just easier to agree with you guys. If there was anybody to blame, it would be Shea. Yeah, I always think the best player on the team, I always think the best player on the team should take it's just like the coach, right? As a coach, I always say, hey, when we win, it's the players. When we lose, it's my fault as a coach. When you're the best player on the team, the loss should be on the best player, not everyone else. Not everyone else. You can't be like, the best player did his part. Everyone else just sucks. Like, come on. What happened with Davo and Boog? I mean, if stuff comes out on video, I'll talk about it. I don't think that stuff should be talked about unless it's public. Think everyone fixated on Chet because of the clips. Him seeing Wemby on. Oh, what up, Chris? Yo, Geo Chris in chat. Our stat guy. This is our stat man for the 1v1s. So when you guys see me with the stats, that's Geo Chris in chat. Him seeing Wemby on offense and passing the ball to Caruso. Yeah, that happened, and that's something I think, yeah, Chet should have been more aggressive, but Shea did the same thing a lot of times, is what I'm saying. Shea did that often. You want to feel like, as a role player, you want to feel like your guy is the best player on the court. My guy is going to dunk on their guy. This whole series just felt like Wemby is going to dunk on Shea at some point or block Shea or get a steal. It always felt like that. You need to watch Team Settings Flight. Why? Is it that good? Keon versus Bijan, that'd be another good one. Should certain slang and name calling be put in the rule books? No. Saw your comment on Biela's live stream for the Proven Ground stream and was wondering what was going on there. Not trying to stir up drama. I mean, that's between me and Bielis. I mean, he said some stuff on his stream and I just sent him a comment. He didn't respond, so there you go. Well, I feel like it might be Pat that he's talking about. Who? What up, Fabricio? How you doing? Man, Skip Shea, Mr. Flop Like a Fish. There's excuses both ways, but I just found it funny how the Wolves lost a player each game, progressed, and they still lost. So now we're circling back, right? Every time you make a championship run, there's always going to be injuries on both sides or crazy. You have to fight through adversity on both sides. But what fans will do is they will pick and choose which of those injuries matter, which ones don't, which luck favors their team that they want to talk about, and which ones they don't. So, yeah, that's pretty the Oklahoma in you. which part, Vetrix? People are mad at me for saying that I think you, Nitty, and Jerome are the best commentary trio. That was fun. That was probably the most fun I had on commentary was with them, Nitty and Jerome. Don't leave again. Thanks. What up, Air Drip? How we doing? Y'all been all right? This is an exception, but I wouldn't blame Bron in like 2018. But most people do. Did you see C4 versus LP? I think there's a lot of matchups we're going to see over the next couple months now after that, like getting together. Imagine if this was LeBron, just to go the extreme comparison, but he'd be considered all-time ass. That's what I'm saying. Like certain players, because Kobe went through what Shea's going through right now when he shot all those air balls in the playoffs. Like Kobe went through what Shea's going through. He just got better, right? Improved, and then became Kobe. So that's where Shea is just there. Like everyone makes it like this is a blemish on his career, but it's just like LeBron when he played the Mavericks, and the Mavericks solved him. They solved LeBron, and he struggled. He was scared to take mid-range jump shots. He would do what Shea did this series. LeBron was driving, and he'd kick it out, or they'd leave him open, and he wouldn't shoot it. Shea second-guessed himself so many times at the end of Game 7 and a lot of other games. He's second-guessed himself. And now that they've lost, Shea will probably go back home and be like, that's never happening again. I will never let that happen again. So now he's got to work on some of those things. If they guard me like this, I'm doing this. If they do this, I'm doing this. And that's what LeBron did when he came back that next year. Improved his game. What did Biella say? It was with the chat. It was something that was going on with the chat. They say the one who wins the chip is usually the most healthy team. Yeah, you got to have a little bit of luck there. You should check out Flight's game. We've done a couple. Thoughts on Mikey? It was really fun. It was really fun to meet him in person. Again, he's a kid. he's a kid. People act like he's a 35-year-old man. He's just a kid. Give me your opinion after seeing Boog in person. He's as advertised. He's the same in person as he is on camera. He's hilarious. David said series comes out next week. Yeah, it starts coming out next week. I think he said in order too, and I hope that's the case. C4 versus Lamar. Yeah, C4, BJ. I think there's a few other. I don't know if he's mentioned these players. I didn't see the live, but I think there's a couple other players that have spoken to him too. It's happening, y'all. We're getting the games. Hey, we're getting the games. We're getting the games we wanted to see. Shea is still relatively young too. Yeah, he's only 26, 27. Not nearly as bad as Bron in 2011. Well, I mean, but it's the same thing, right? I don't care which is better or worse. Reductive. Chat with Coach Moon. Yeah, I got to Moon, man. Hey, Moon's energy too. Moon's energy is really creative, or really contagious. Speaking of Moon, speaking of 19 was fun. I got to have a long combo with him. Yeah, man. I was just being a fan. It felt like I was just a fan the whole time, getting to meet all the Hoopers. Does Dooley have a nickname? If not, I got a suggestion. Well, his name is Ivan, I'm pretty sure. So like Ivan the Destroyer. What you got, Vetrix? Undeniable that Hallie's injury in Game 7 of the finals. Yeah, exactly. They played an injured Nuggets. They played an injured Pacers. They played a lot of injured teams. And that's one of the narratives going around the Thunder. And I'm like, again, I don't like that narrative. They didn't only win the championship last year because the other teams were injured. They were also the best team. So they just happened to have an easier road, but they were still favorites to win the championship. This year, same thing. Like there were injuries all over the place. There was injuries on their side. There was injuries on the other side. But it's just like they happen to just have more this time, or maybe more important injuries. Because freaking De'Aaron Fox not being 100% healthy, that was huge for the Spurs. Now, had they lost, everyone would have said, well, De'Aaron Fox wasn't healthy, and that's why. But it's like he played enough. He did enough of what he needed to help the Spurs win. Like he was there to like manage turnovers and control pace. But you could say he couldn't run he couldn't sprint. So Boog switching the crowd. Would Mikey run the space? He used to play against Bronny. Mikey would he was wanting to play. BJ versus Noga. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, I like that. A lot of ones this series. I think there were 5. Oh, maybe more actually. There might have been more. I think there might have been 7. What is 19 lore? Why is he so important? So I got to talk to him. I'll probably do an interview with him one day, actually. I want him to talk. I'll do an interview with him. But essentially, he was coaching football. He was coach. So that's where he got his mindset for like detail and all that. And seeing like the small things on the court. So he's coaching football. I got Pooley. Ivan Drago from Rocky. If he dies, he dies. He's like Manny from Moon. Yeah. D Baby. I was seeing him in person. D Baby is just how D Baby is on camera. He's just a Houston guy. Just a Houston, Texas guy. Chance do I give the Knicks of winning the final? This might be 50-50. This could go either way. It's a lot of it's because this is both of their first times in a finals with the rosters they have. This is going to be whoever wins probably the first two games. If someone can get 2 games under their belt, it's just so both teams are so inexperienced that this won't be a typical finals. It's going to be whoever is feeling the moment, honestly, or it could be every home team wins their game. It might be something as simple as that. What up, Anish? I don't think so, at least. Fuck airdrip. Damn. What is that? BJ versus C4. Who I got? I don't know. I haven't seen BJ play in so long. I did lat 23 straight looking person. It was like blink and you'll miss it. It was really funny. Frank Nitty saying he never saw Lat's 85-point game. So we got put Nitty on that one. Thinking of the marksman for Dooley. Oh, the marksman could be. That might be okay. That's a weird one for 1v1s though, right? Did Nas play any games before he left? He did play. I think he played a couple. He was there day 2. Fatigue from the Spurs playing up to game 7 will matter. No, I don't think so. They're young. So I think their adrenaline and energy is going to carry them through. I don't think that there will be an impact, but I don't think this will be won or lost on who has more rest. 1v1s that weren't originally scheduled. We almost got a few. So Davo was upset that we didn't do one more day. He was like, we needed 3 days to do the series because there were like 3 or 4 call outs that happened that, man. Yeah, there were like 3 or 4 call outs that happened. Fredo and Pat money line. More anti-Shea propaganda, please. Do we get anyone? Do you think TNC Summit will make the space dry up some because matches might start happening too fast? They won't have. No, there's way more players in the space now. There's infinite matchups. If TNC Summit, so I will say if TNC were doing Summit and they were doing series, maybe. But at the moment, it's just TNC Summit. So if every month, how many games on the first Summit? Was it 6 games? If we're getting 6 TNC games every month, like I don't think the space will dry up. I think that's like perfect. That's like the perfect amount. I don't think it'll dry up from that. I think that's like the perfect cadence. Thoughts on the matchups for the next Summit? Oh, we'll have to go through those too. Because I know Malik versus O. I know they got some new guys, which I think is cool. Bombi Tay. I'm excited to see Tay. I haven't seen Tay play a 1 in forever, it feels like. I'm excited. That'll be a good one. Bombi's been on a tear. And I don't remember the other one. Nitty said he never watches TNC, so I'm not surprised. It wouldn't surprise. I feel like Nitty probably never goes home and watches TV. He seems like the person that never watches TV, period. I did not watch Backcourt episode today. Was it good? Nitty needs focus how to do his job instead of being a better matchmaker. Damn. What were the call outs? I'm not at liberty to talk about. They'll probably come out in the YouTube as the YouTube games drop. Did Rob get called out? Please answer. Archie said there was no one in the space that can play no good. I think BJ and C4 could. Who are the best players? That's why I like this. I said this earlier. Everyone had a moment. Everybody had a moment. There was a moment where Fombi looked like the best player in the gym. There was a moment where Rob looked like the best player in the gym. Scoob, Jerome Randall. Like everyone had moments, man. Zay. Everyone had moments. Bijan, obviously. Like, yeah, it was. Who are the call outs since the games didn't happen? Well, maybe some did. Maybe some did. Nitty as a commentator slash coach, kind of frustrating when you love the game sometimes. Yeah. So how do you guys feel about commentators helping? Nobody would know. When you gonna get to the games? 37 seconds, Kirksey. 37 seconds. We'll get to the games. I've been gone for a week. I've been gone streaming for the week, and then someone comes in here. First thing they say is like, "Hey, when are you gonna get to the games, guy? When are you gonna get to the games, man? My brother, this will be recorded. You can fast forward. You can go spend your day doing mow the grass. You can go lift some weights. You can just file some documents at work. You can go do other things and then come back and you can just fast forward. Or wait till I post videos tomorrow. The world is your oyster, my friend. Can't wait to see Deshaun Ruffin. I don't know who that is, but I can't wait either. Only TNC guy that wasn't there was C4. No, C4, Cam, BJ, Tay. There were quite a few TNC guys that weren't there. Kel wasn't there. When are my Summit 02 predictions? When is Summit 02? They're not completely announced yet, right? Seeing something crazy about No Good. What was that? Who was the MVP? I don't know. Pat had a moment. Pat? You yap too much. We need to see the clips, fam. The clips on OTD's page. So you can see them whenever. You can watch them multiple times if you want. No way Reese had it. Damn, y'all be going in on Reese. The space is so finicky. How would you feel about Lat versus Bijan? I don't like that matchup just because I think they both have better matchups at the moment. But I mean, it would be a good game for sure. Y'all keep asking the same, like, how was seeing this person in person and this person in person? It was, I already said, it was good seeing everybody in person. I think Frank be doing too much with coaching while commentating. Yeah, I used to care. I do think live events maybe, now that I think about it, I think live events you probably shouldn't coach while commentating, but recorded ones I don't care as much, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it still. I try not to help, though. I try not to help for sure because typically I'm also only able to reach out to one person's bench. I wouldn't want to help one, but sometimes we get to talk to the winner. You know, the winner at halftime, we get to have a conversation in the interview, and sometimes that helps them. So because we can't talk to the loser, is that, you know, so I don't know. Some of that stuff still has to get figured out. Unless you're in the corner, be quiet. I don't care about the player bias. So we did talk about, I do think there's a perceived bias though. So me being an OTD commentator most of the time, I do some Ballers Life stuff, obviously, but like, let's say the TNC guys come over. I didn't help out any OTD guys during games. I didn't help out any OTD guys during it. In fact, I tried to make sure I helped more of the TNC guys. So when there was like a rule or they were asking for certain types of fouls or whatever, I think I was helping more of the TNC guys than I did OTD, just so it wasn't biased. It wasn't fair. Like OTD guys already had home court advantage, right? So trying to, hey, just make sure like they're not calling this, so you got to do this, or you can be a little bit more physical on this. You're playing too clean. I think I was helping more TNC guys than I was OTD. I was trolling. I figured you were, Kirksey. I figured you were. I was hoping you were because I was about to start crying. I don't care about the player bias from commentators. Holy yapshas. Although you resisted helping Reese, Bijan may be up 4K due to that. No, so that's why I didn't help though. The reason I didn't help that game is because there was so much money on the line. And that's the part where I feel weird, right? If I'm a commentator and let's say, I know I would feel weird if I bet someone $5,000. If I bet someone $5,000 and then I see this guy who's supposed to be unbiased go help and then I lose my bet, I would be pissed off at that guy, right? So yeah, I knew there was too much money on that, so I didn't want to help. Send back to LA. He talked too much. Get him out of here. They took our jobs. Has to be both ways though. Yeah, and it is, but sometimes the camera just may not pick it up, you know. Coach versus Dev, Summit 02. Rob being complacent on the TNC side, he has, but that's why I think it was good just to get back over here and have that competition, and hopefully now it puts him back on a pathway of destruction. June 17th. Oh, we got time. I won't do predictions for like another week and a half then, just in case something changes. I see Day call out Tay. I did not. I didn't see that. Deshaun Ruffin entering the space. He played in college last year, right? I saw that kid play in person when he was like a junior in high school. He is cold. Yeah, he's playing on Summit, I believe. I'm only okay with commentator coaching if they helping both sides. Even then, I cringe because if a guy is getting fried, you're helping them more than the other. I think if someone is getting demolished completely, and let's say it's a live event and this is their first game, I'm helping that person. I'm helping them, especially if they don't have anyone. And if someone doesn't have someone in their corner, I'm going to help them. I just don't care. If you don't have anyone in your corner, I'm going to help 100%. But other than that, if you're already hearing from voices in your corner, you've already got people, I'm not going to give extra advice. Clips are a great rap group. Averaged 23 in college. Can you watch the Scoob and sit? Yeah, we got that one lined up. We got that one lined up today. I knew today would be a long yap sesh because I just got back. You guys would have a lot of questions and stuff. What was your help for Reese then? You can say it now. We just talked about some things that he can do defensively to defend faster players, because there's some habits I see a lot of times with, well, I talked about it in the breakdown video I did, but when players are faster than you, the initial reaction is to back up. I'm just going to back up because he's too fast, but that actually lets them get a full head of steam and go. The best way to defend quick players is actually being attached. If I can hand check you and keep you dribbling east and west rather than north and south, now I have a chance. So that was one of the things. Offensively, I was telling him just to just make a decision, like be decisive. Like be more decisive. Like sometimes guys overthink their move, right? Like waiting to see what the defense does, and then sometimes the defense just waits and doesn't do anything. So sometimes you just got to it's got, my motto, full speed right, full speed left. The game starts. The game of basketball starts once you start going full speed one direction. Okay, now we're playing basketball because now the counters, now you've turned their hips. Like now everything starts from there. There is a game that happens where I get to commentate with Scoob in one of these games, and we are talking about a lot of this sort of stuff back and forth that he works on. So it's really cool. I got to commentate with Scoob, a couple other players too, to get to hear how their brain works on some of this stuff is really good. How would you guard someone with Bijan's foot speed and quick pickup? So I've said this for a while. My worst, because my foot speed was probably a bit like Reese's. I was good going north and south. I was really fast going that way. East and west, I wasn't as quick. So the way I negated that was I would force someone one direction. I'd just be really physical. And I'd just be pushing them off their line and timing the bumps and then just anticipating what they wanted to do. So with Bijan, I'd try to force him one side, keep my hand in the cookie jar, and just try to make him score every bucket at the basket. It's the same for Rob. I would try to do that, but it's it's not up to you sometimes. You see how quick they pick the ball up and shoot it? That would be my game plan, but on paper it's one thing, but to actually make it happen, that's something way different. People are going to always complain. Who cares? You care more about another player from a different platform. People are always going to complain. But the thing is, I don't care about a player from another platform. I just don't care. Again, I've said this all the time. I don't have favorite teams. I don't have favorite players. I just like the game of basketball. So I really like to connect with people. If you need help, I'm gonna offer help. It's as simple as that. Allow their bias to get in the way of the commentary. When are those recorded? OTD. So Davo said next week. Davo said they start dropping next week. Reese and Keem was close. It's a good game. It was a good game. But their styles fit better than I've said this, Bijan is just not, everyone guards him like a shooter. I spoke to Reese too, and I was like, man, first time I saw Bijan play was in Australia, and all the highlights and all the game film I saw of him was mainly getting downhill. He's a point guard. So he was getting downhill, creating for his teammates, and he would shoot open three, like good threes, but he wasn't shooting like these types of threes really. So everyone scouts him in the one-on-one space as a shooter. Everyone thinks he's a shooter. And it's like he can shoot really well, but he wants to get to the bucket. So, and then Reese slapped the table. He's like, bad scout, bad scout. It's like, it's tough because like the game film you have on him in the ones is he's shooting the ball. But yeah, he wants to get to the bucket. Archie say he would hold Nas under 20. We got to see it. Hey, check up. What do you think of Randall proposing 1v1 coaches as cornermen for games, having one voice instead of 10? What? Jerome Randall said this? What? I mean, I've been saying that for the last 6 months. I think in coaching in general, even if you got 6 assistant coaches and you're coaching a high school team, one voice. But yeah, I've been saying that for months. If Reese is getting coached by Pat, are you intervening or letting that slide? I'm not engaging in the rage bait today, Sammy. Okay, I'm in a good space. LP versus Mike Harden be a sensible matchup? No, only because LP is just, if he ever wanted to, he could just bully his way to the basket. Can I react to B. Ellis's top 10? Yeah, we will. Someone left a YouTube comment today to do that too. So we'll look at B. Ellis's top 10. We'll do that towards the end. But yeah, we'll react to it. Help players before the game or after the game? Either. I typically try to read their body language. If they've spoken to 30 people giving them advice, I won't then also go give advice. Like 30 people, but sometimes they'll walk off and sit by themselves. I'll be like, all right, what are you thinking? What would you have changed? I usually ask players first, what would you change? What was good? What was bad? And then based on what they say, I try to lead them in the right direction. They might be like, I let him shoot, or I missed too many threes. They might say something, I missed too many threes. I'm like, no, you can't control if you make or miss your shots, but what are some things you would change that you can control? I guess I shouldn't have let him drive left. I'm like, yeah, because he kept going left, and that's his strong hand. It's like, you should have forced him right. Well, whatever. That's typically how I try to help people. It's your best tip for small guards defending bigger people. Go watch my video that I spoke about, the Jeremy Lin. So there's a Jeremy Lin defensive video that we broke down. That will give you the exact answers you're looking for. Bijan's finishing ability is out of 99. I think Zay's is probably better. By quite a bit. If Zay's a 102. Pat and Reese as Krillin and Gohan. Golly. Who surprised you the most in that series? Rob. I'll say Rob surprised me the most just because I know what everyone's capable of, but Rob still just didn't. He just never looked like himself. Over the last, I'd say 3-4 months since he played G5, even when he played G5, I'm like, Rob just has not looked himself all year. Like, he just doesn't look interested. And then watching him on day 2, it was Rob from when he played Zay. That's what it looked. It looked like he was back to being his old self. I think that was just the biggest, like the most unexpected thing. I'll believe it when I see it, Davo. Yeah. I'll make sure. I'm gonna be every day. I'm gonna send a message. Davo, get those videos out. Zay might be number 1. I mean, Zay and Nas, 1A, 1B, however you got it. He's going to play Nas clean. I think that's a mistake. That's definitely a mistake. I think he's saying that just so hopefully the refs will call it clean. Been saying that for a while, Coach. All of Bijan film from overseas, he don't shoot. He's driving to the basket. I'm telling you, the reason I remembered him is because he had this like high top blowout haircut. So when I was overseas, because I was in Australia at the same time, and I just would always watch the highlights from the other leagues, like around Australia and stuff. And so I remember seeing Bijan always in like the top performances of the week or whatever. And I was like, oh, this guy's pretty good. But it was all driving to the basket. And then watching him play Scoob and his quick pickup, I was like, damn, the hell is this? Are you allowed to? Oh, we do need to do predictions for Nesquik games. We'll do that tomorrow. We'll do that tomorrow or the next day. Are you allowed to give your opinion on what was your favorite game of the series? I already did, Federa. That was the Moon and Rob tag team versus Scoob and Zay. That was my favorite game. Bielis's top 10 was so bad that he ain't have 20 people on there. It was not. Wait, what? Bielis's top 10 was so bad that he ain't have 20 people on there. It was not. What do you? He ain't have. What do you mean didn't have 20? Oh, okay. Bielis's top 10 was so bad it didn't have 10 people on there. It was 9. It was a top. What did he have, like a honorable mention or something for number 10? You went over the clips yet? Grandchild? No, I haven't. I've just been yapping. Rob is my king. Game 1 is today, coach. Predictions? I don't know, but I'm going to enjoy that game. I'm going to enjoy it. Demilade? Am I saying that right? What up? How you been? Is Bielis the awful coaching of the one? All right. Hey, I will say this. No slander of other streamers or content creators in my chat. Okay. I can do that. All right. We're not gonna do that. Did you see the Instagram story of Davo saying C4 is a great? Yeah, I did see that. The guy who said Eugene would beat Prime I did not like Lamar when he first came in the scene, but I'm kind of Lamar. If you met Lamar in person, every single one of you, if you met Lamar in person, you would like it. He's just the same way he is on camera. That's how he is in person. He's a damn personality. I thought Moon isn't that good. So I also thought Moon wouldn't be good in a tag team series, but this was a little different because he knows Scoob, he knows Zay, he knows their tendencies. So he didn't need to spend 30 points trying to figure him out as a player. So Moon's, I will say this, Moon looked the most comfortable in that game. Out of everyone, Moon was like, he looked the most comfortable in that game. Think Keon top 5 right now? We'll have this conversation probably when we go over Bielis's list. We need to decide what type of rankings we're going by. Is it yearly? Is it power rankings? Or is it all time? All time? No. Power rankings? Possibly. Yearly? Possibly. What up, Ludi? I don't think Bielis less way that bad, but there was one person was listed was absolutely atrocious. Yeah, we'll check it out. Been silent at work the last few days without the streams. I'm back now, okay? Start weekly all slander. No slander, no slander. If you want to slander, you have to call in for. Yeah, if you guys want to slander or vent or talk about anything, do that on Fridays. You can call in and say whatever you want. Why are people saying how they feel type of way about all the matchups happening on OTD if that's what they've been crying about? Underground, that's what I'm saying. People been coming out in here mad or upset or with agendas of different platforms. But I don't care. If we get the matchups, that's all I care about. You see, I'm liking the Summit matchup. When we get the Summit matchup, I don't care that it's on TNC. When we got Bijan versus Day Day, I don't care where it's at. I get to watch Bijan versus Day Day. I don't care where these games are happening. I just want to watch the games. You guys need to just be happy with the games. Behind on stream, but sounds like Rob and Moon won the tag team. Coach finna mess around and have a 3-hour stream doing nothing. Hey, we're doing everything, okay? We're solving the world's problems. Who's bad? Eugene, low-key cooking eyes. Like Black Ghost of Eugene. Bro said Bielis list had 9. What up, BMO? Zoe, top 10. Now he lost once. Quite literally isn't at his best. He's injured. Bielis having Keon at 5, but Bijan and Keem lower than. Oh yeah, maybe we need to check out this list first. Shook the scene for a reason. He's one of the coldest. But I mean, Eugene did the same thing that Jerome Randall did, right? Eugene did what Jerome Randall did. Stop overpaying the players. Make them play on TNC. I would stop paying. I would stop paying. Players play for free. Politics and YouTube basketball is corny, weird, and unacceptable. It's just unnecessary. It's just Now, I think it would be good if Ball is Life, TNC, and OTD operated like we talk about with WWF, WWE, WCW. If they operated like that and then they came together for WrestleMania once a year, I think the competition would be cool, right? If it was like, yo, WCW is better than NWO, is better than WWE, it's better than, WWF or whatever. If it were like that, I think it'd be cool. But right now, that's not the case. Right now, there's so much just behind the scenes politics and toxicity that matchups can't happen, or people don't let them happen somewhere, or personal whatever. All of that stuff is nonsense. So it's not cool, like for us as fans, to be like, TNC is better than OTD. It's better than Ball. I'm like, all right, you're just picking teams when it's not really teams, right? Like, we don't need to take on their personal beef. We can just sit back, and when the good games happen, we can just be involved with that. The toxic behind the scenes stuff, we actually just don't have to participate. They can figure it out. They're grown men. Who ain't speak to coach? What up, Ronan? Who do you have in top 5 prettiest or most pure jumpers? Lat, Dooley, Scoob. I have to think about that one. I have to think a little bit more about that one. The college ones that's on Summit too. I think Davo should counter that with Randall versus DA. What haven't we? What is it? It's 2 college players, right? But we've seen this. We've seen college players play. We've seen G League players play. We've seen overseas players play. That's what the space is. Don't use other wrestlers to their sign. The scene has a problem with signed players. No, again, underground, it's not even that. I'm telling you, it's the personal toxic stuff that's happening. Platforms are coming from and their players. They build storylines, so matchups are aligned to that. Well, what do you mean by their players? KMZ, what do you mean by their players? Like they own them and then the players can't choose to do what they want? Or you mean they're signed players? Is that what you mean? OTD got so many games to release. Yeah. Tween, Hezzy Cross, the best dribble combo. Sure. Trey Lewis up there. Yeah, that's another good one. Pat gets an award. Is there any high school player you can definitely see dominating college basketball this upcoming season? No, I haven't been in tune too much. Obviously, Tyron Stokes would be good, but I haven't been in tune with high school as much. Signed players? Well, so that's the thing, KMZ. Signed players, no one's really had an issue with just signed players. The issue was some players aren't signed and they are being blocked or discouraged from going and playing. I do believe the biggest one of this was the Nas Rob game, right? Wasn't that like wasn't that the main one that started this whole issue? I think Rob wasn't signed or something. And then that's what makes, I'm not even saying like either side on that. I'm just saying we can say like, if someone's signed, they shouldn't go play here. It's like, okay, that's fine. But that's not where the actual problem is. The problem is just the personal toxicity back and forth where it's like, well, he's signed, he can't go. All right, I'll grab this guy. Well, he's not signed, but he can't go. But he can go. Well, and then he can. Well, then I'm not gonna let my sign play. And then I'm not gonna. When you did this first, and then mom, he hit me. That's what's happening. Brick Van Exel. I'm dying. That name, Brick Van Exel. What up, man? All right, let's get to some clips. Mikey Williams loses to anyone on the scene in his weight class. I don't know. I've never seen Mikey Williams like play a ones. Ones is a different sport, you know. Thanks for the clarification. Yeah, all good. I mean, I tried. I don't. What do I know? Let's watch some of these clips just to recap over the event. Obviously, what'd you guys think of this?
What a jumper, Deuce!
What'd y'all think of Deuce?
Drives it, throws it up. Bobby is good. On his way to a robbery. Throws it up. Bobby again. Downstep. Driving. Beanie flopping in the eyes of the face.
Honestly, I think he just got tired. I think he got tired. Ryan's got a nice shot on him too. Obviously I covered all these games, so we won't spend too much time. Yeah, I wanted to see that slowest step of all time. But this was such an interesting game. Yeah, Ryan had a lot of good drives. He took it more serious. I like that. This was a good game for Ryan to like get back in the win column, but even his whole demeanor changed. He just played more serious. That was good to see. This game.
Driving, crossing, fake, shooting.
Tails cold, man.
Jab stepping. Another pull-up.
Yeah, this was a fun game. Pat and Tail. That move right there that's got to be on Swift's top 10, right? Turned him around and he turned around. Man, Nas is so cold, man. Oh, there was somebody else commented on my video and was like, TNC's announcer was way better than OTD's announcer. And I'm like, oh my God. Now we're comparing the announcers. You know the TNC announcer he wasn't born at TNC. And you know OTD announcer isn't born at OTD. These two people do announcing for a job and they just got hired by these companies. You guys really got to get outside of your platform biases so you can just enjoy the sport, man. My goodness. Yeah, Nas looked like the best player in the gym again. I like that Keem had like a little 15 point run at some point.
Oh, y'all talking that shit? Come on, man.
Swings it over.
Let's go, Keem. Yeah, we had a lot of good conversations too.
Shoots another jumper bucket. Keem for three.
Man, when he's hitting threes. Yeah, Keem's another one. When he's hitting threes, like, yeah, he's really tough to guard. Oh. This game, man, Keon, he's one of those where you watch him in person and like he covers way more space than you realize. Even like Scar tried to foul him a few times, couldn't even reach out and grab him just because how much space he covered. I think Scar could dominate with that. Oh. He walked over to the corner. I think that was the shot that put him up like 15-3 or something. He walked over to his corner and then he looked at us. He goes, he's not ready. He's not ready. Yeah, this move was wild. I thought he smoked it. I thought he smoked it for a second.
Man.
Damn, this was the only thing, and I spoke to Scar. He was disappointed after this game, which, I mean, it's not good to see, like, disappointment, but it's good to see that, like, he cared. And he seemed really grounded after the game of like, man, yeah, no, you're right, or whatever. You know, like some people walk off after these games and are like, oh, so what? You win some, you lose some. But he seemed really grounded and oh, sorry, I'm allergic to you guys. He seemed really grounded. He seems like he's in like he's maturing, man. He's definitely maturing. I know him and Keon are the same age, but he definitely seems like he's maturing to the space a little bit more. Damn, they're just good, man. This was just a great matchup. It just covers so much space. I think because I'm pretty sure Scar tried to foul him on this one. Damn, he's good, man. Kingdom Athletics, thank you for subscribing. Boog. Yeah, he was talking shit to Nas.
Boog shoots the rainbow jump.
I think I didn't get to speak to Vern much. We had a brief conversation, but I wish I would have spoke to Vern a little bit more. I think this type of matchup, he could have gotten to the backboard more. But Boog was playing really solid defense. He contested pretty much every shot. Boog was playing physical too. Like right there, he was timing bumps really well. Boog just played well. I actually think he suits. I actually think this style suits a little bit more. You know, Boog playing clean, like I said, that was one of the criticisms I had over on the Summit game. It was like almost too clean, and it allowed Zoe to get back in the game. But I actually think Boog suits this style, like a physical style of play. I think it suits him a little bit more because he can create space to get his hands free on offense, but defensively allows him to make the other player take tough shots. So, like, look how much space game winner. Look how much space he creates whenever he drives. Even I want to see that.
Hey, what? They can't. Y'all got to on that. Y'all got to show me how to do that dance, bro.
Like, look how much space he creates. Like, it's just a straight line drive, but he still created so much space.
Spitlow, Bijan, Kokomo, Bijan,
See, I think that move right there. So I told Reese at one point, because he was guarding a player. It's not when he played a ones. It was a team game. I was telling him, like, stay attached and be physical and make them step back. Make them do a snatch back. I was like, you're going to get crossed just because they are just quicker. Like right here, that was good. That's great defense. Like, live there. Hey, if he beats me with those, I live with it. But I think Reese in his head would be like, damn, he crossed me. Like, I got to switch up what I was doing. But those shots right there, if Bijan beats you with those shots, he just beats you. But what happens is Reese will over-adjust and try to take those away, and now Bijan gets a layup. So there are a ton of adjustments. Someone in the comments commented and was like, there's no adjustment Reese can make for slow feet. And I'm like, no, you can. He just needs there's definitely adjustments he can tactically make. He can also increase his foot speed, but there's some tactical things he can do. But also just Bijan's just damn good, man. Like, you're going to get crossed. He's going to hit tough shots. You just got to be comfortable with that as a defender. Like, it's cross. You fell, you slipped, but it's just going to happen, man. Bijan's just way too damn quick. And I think Reese is at his best when he's playing north to south. Right there, like this right here. I just think Reese has to embrace, I'm a huge critic. I say this all the time. Pace, what good is pace if you can't go full speed? All right, so I think Reese, look, he went full speed forward, step back, bucket. Now watch this one, full speed forward. And one. Right here, full speed forward, step back, bucket. Like, to me, look how simple those three moves were, and they were all scoring moves. They were all open shots, right? When he starts dancing back and forth left and right and doing the pace stuff that you guys like, he ends up with tough shots. So I think he needs to live more here. And then, so if he's 70% pace, 30% full speed, he needs to swap those. He needs to go 70% full speed, 30% pace. That's my thoughts. Those would be my adjustments. This was a fun game. I mean, we don't have to recap all these, because you guys have seen all these games, but Lat with the, that's crazy. Lat with the 23 in a row. I spoke to Moon too about those types of shots. When he shoots, it looks like bad shots because he's like fading to the side, jumping to the side, twisting midair. But Moon actually, it was really cool. He was actually saying the reason he does that, he's like, it looks like a bad shot. Oh my gosh. I didn't realize Lat turned in a circle like that. I didn't realize that, or Moon was saying he's just worried about getting a shot off, getting his hands free and getting a good look. Whereas a lot of guys try to like be physical and go through them, and then the refs don't call a foul, and you don't even get a shot off. So it was interesting to see. Like Moon has a tactical reason for why he shoots those shots. At least get a shot off. Whereas some guys don't even get a shot off because they're trying too hard to get a better shot, you know. Even here, Rob was like chill. Like he look, he's smiling. He just like, I don't know. He just still wasn't even, this isn't Killer Rob. He was just having fun. And I'm telling y'all, the like really physical get to it, Rob. Yeah, day 2 was stupid. I think we got clips of that too. I kind of want to get to those clips because we saw these. Let's get to some of the newer clips that happened. Or did they post them? Oh, maybe we'll have to look on the other OTD page. This game was crazy. This one got heated. Oh, what up, Bijan? I didn't see you in here. Let's see what Bijan's saying real quick. No adjustment in the world would have helped him. I had too much money on the line and I'd be in the gym too much. Nah, I definitely think, like, I've said this before. You and Rob are like the worst archetypes for someone like with slow feet. And I always say you two, the way you two play would be the ones I would hate to guard the most. But I'm telling you, I'm not letting you get layups, or I'm not falling for, I'm not leaving my feet and letting you get in a layup. Like, you got to be disciplined somewhere. And it's like, if you beat me, hey, it's going to be a battle to 30 then, and you're just going to have to be in better shape. But I think what you guys are good at doing is once the game gets going, once you hit 1 or 2 shots in a row, every single one of these feels like a shot. And I think when someone goes into that game without a game plan, every time you go in without a game plan, now you're thinking every single one of those might be a shot. So they're lifting out of their stance and like jumping out of their feet. And especially if you're quicker, like now they're like sliding their feet and turning their hips. I think the best bet is to stay attached, stay in your shot pocket. And it's like, you'll just have to beat me to the basket for 30 points. But when he gave you the layup and then the 3 and then the layup, and then he did play good defense and you hit a tough shot, that's just like, it's just a backbreaker. So I definitely think there's some adjustments. I don't think he wins that game either. I just think you're a really bad matchup for him. I don't think he wins it, but there's a world where he keeps it close and then has a chance. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely not taking anything away from you. He only made, so yeah, offensively is where he also needs to understand, like, he got to go. You got to go, man. Too much back and forth, and especially playing against a quicker player. You can't play around with the ball. Bijan wanted it more. I always hate when people say that, like, we just wanted it more. I mean, at some point, everyone wants it the same, right? He's just better. Have to adjust when Bijan makes you tumbling like a toddler and on top of all the clowning afterwards. Thought it was archetypes. I think it's either one. Tomato. Bijan, what'd you think about the overall event, man? Did you have fun? Are you back home now? Are you back home? Bijan not holding Rob under 15. What do you think, Bijan? What are you holding Rob to? What are you holding Rob to? Checking Discord. Hold on. Yeah, let's get to we'll watch this while Bijan replying. This game was pretty crazy though. Throwing the ball at him. They're the same person, man. Hey, Boog and Dom are the same person.
That's all I mentioned, nigga. Fuck them second.
They're the same person. Oh, put bigger screen. My bad. We'll do this. My bad. We'll play it again for you guys. Commentator beat down. This game was wild too. Man, we got so many good games. LP. This was after Rob scored like Rob went off on this game. He had like 3 or 4 games like this. Did you see Pomby's face at the end?
You're starting to piss me off now, seriously.
Dude.
Here, Jimmy. I said, you know you ain't shot no good.
The Peter Danielov special.
You're starting to piss me off now,
Did
seriously.
Rob and Scoop play same team? I don't think so. I think they were supposed to.
Here, Jimmy.
Honestly,
I said, you know you ain't shot no.
honestly, Keon struggled the most this game for the most part. Because I think just like learning, like, because he was like, obviously he's playing 2 veterans, but then Keon figured it out. Keon caught fire. I mean, like, as he usually, that's what Keon usually does. He just, at some point, he learns it and catches momentum. So this was a fun one to watch too. This was the game I was talking about. Fomby was just like skipping in between. These were all back to back, by the way. He's just skipping. This was a tag team into a 2-on-2, and he was just skipping. These are all back to back. He was doing this the whole time, just skipping around the gym. And then I think this is when it went into the 2-on-2. Maybe not yet. Oh yeah, that's he said drug test. That was crazy. That was a crazy sequence. I don't know how many points in a row that was. He didn't stop skipping the whole time. But that was the games that they posted. Yeah, I can't. I guess I just can't talk about the ones that haven't been posted. But yeah, pretty dope. What's Jerome Randall's finishing out of 99? I got 103. 103, 104. That's solid. Let's just keep it. Let's be conservative here. How did D-Baby look? Yeah, he was good too. He was good too. He fits in, man. Exotic J, how we doing? Give us one spoil, please. I'll give you one spoil. Did everyone do well? Yes. Everyone did well. I'll give you one spoil. I'm going to give you guys one spoil. Oh, let me try. Oh, I can't find it. Can't find it. Someone did post. Someone did post one of the spoilers, so I was going to show you, but I can't find it, so I'm not going to spoil. Did Caleb Murphy play any threes? He did. He played a threes on the second day. Cold. Hey, Caleb Murphy is cold. He will be back. He will be back on the scene. Hit the like button, chat. Spoiler, Coach Midrange was commentating. Not very well, but I was there. Caleb Murphy leaked the score. Did he? Did he actually? D Baby, yeah. So that was the one spoil I was going to give you guys, the one that was already spoiled. D Baby went live straight after the game. D Baby went live straight after the game. But him and Caleb Murphy game, hey, that was Caleb Murphy's first game on the scene. He is cold. He is cold. And I've never seen anyone on the scene. I can't wait till you guys watch that game. I've never seen anyone on the scene hoop like Caleb Murphy does in the ones. So he was dope. We had good conversation. He stayed at the same hotel I did, but he's I can't wait to have him back on the scene. Frigga vid Scar versus 20 regular hoopers. I have not. Should we watch that? That can be another one we watch. That can be another one we watch. But I want to finally start some videos today. Did they cut his son's hair? I didn't hear the intro. So maybe something like that. Caleb Murphy that played at USF. Yes, he played at USF and he played at DePaul. And he just got back from overseas. What's the matchup that you want to see the most right now that's feasible? I think that C4 LP will be good, but I want to see Rob versus Scoob. Yep. Rob versus Scoob. Has to happen. We got to see it. Scoob versus Moon and Rob versus Zay. Got to see it. I want to see those three matchups. Or four, whatever it is. D-Baby on a run. D-Baby. He got to see Nas now. Start with BLS rankings. I want to do a couple games because my brain gets fried a little bit doing games. I can't do a lot of other stuff and then games, but I can do games and then other stuff. Uncle Scoob versus Beefy. It shows a complete madness. No, I haven't seen that. Bro is the last of the mixtape legends. Sharif Cooper era. Did they play together? Let's get into this. What are your thoughts on this Ball is Life video? What's up, gang? Hope you're doing well. I've been gone. Feels like years, but actually it's only been a couple days. The most disrespectful we've ever seen Uncle Scoob get. Called him out to 1v1 after. Ball is Life. Go like, go subscribe. This is Zay and Uncle Scoob versus Pishan and Dom.
Quick, about to get started.
I don't know what this is. Was this good, HoopCon?
Pishan and Dom. DuckTales against Uncle Scoob and Zay. It's underway.
We probably won't watch all these, but I want to see at least this one. I want to see at least this one because I know there's some definitely history there. And then we'll get caught up on some other videos too. But was this to 30?
Dom getting active early, getting his shots up.
Let's see if Dom could deal with this. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I never saw this all-star.
Rebound.
I never saw
got
these
a rebound. That's what they're going to look to do right there. Oh, there goes. You see Scoob going right away.
Great contest at the rim over there by Dom. Dom taking his time. He's looking aggressive early. In that 3v3 we saw yesterday, Dom wasn't aggressive until the end of the game. Right now, he's showing he can do a little bit of everything right now, getting to the inside, finishing around the rim.
Who's going to cook more, though?
It's all going to come down to shot making in this game. Pishan can't get one to go. Great ball movement by Team Scoob right there.
They score like 10 to 12 points a game off of transition. Obviously, transition, it's not full court because it's a half-court game, but that's something that's extremely important in FIBA 3-on-3. And I got to commentate with Zay as well. And we spoke about this in one of the timeouts. I was just asking him, like, what's their thought process as in team games? And obviously Zay's like, we want to win at all costs. So they watch a lot of different styles of basketball and pick out all the best tactics and then put this into there. So this is transition, right? Offensive rebound or defense rebound, kick out, check up, get you an easy layup. It seems corny, but Pishan, like Team Pishan and Dom, they're not thinking, like, they're just thinking 2-on-2. They didn't really think about how do you win? What are the advantage states? Like, where do we want to be more often? Do we need to score in transition? They're not really thinking about that, but that's stuff Scoob and Zay like think about a lot. Team DMV. And so we spoke about this, and hearing Zay talk about it, they just want to win, man. They just want to win.
There he goes. Great attack on the closeout.
So now watch the difference. So I call this win conditions, right? What are the win conditions? We want to play with our win conditions more often than you're in advantage state with your win conditions. So Scoob and Zay obviously would have said if we win transition, we probably win the game. So what that means is offensively, we just saw what they did on their offensive transition. Now watch what they do on defense. As soon as they realize they didn't get this rebound, watch Zay. He tries to get it. As soon as he realizes he doesn't get it, he sprints out and takes away this open three right here. So I'm not going to let you guys get an open three. We're not going to let you guys score in transition. And now Scoob closes out. And now Pishan is another player that plays overseas. And then he's quick to go take that corner three. But Zay straight away was like, I'm not going to let Pishan catch this and then swing it on to the next player. So it's just like, let's try to take away as much of their transition as possible while the other team might give up a few of those. So it's just a game of like win conditions.
And if you're Scoob and Pishan, like, just keep shooting the ball. You know, this is not about a percentage game.
Someone said, does any team prepare as much? I asked Zay that exact question.
Yeah, it's about who.
And he said, no, hell no.
Yeah. Pishan getting going early. Sees one, goes through, shoots another. That's 2 in a row. Pishan starting to heat up for his team. 8-2 ball game.
Pishan was USC or Fresno. I can't remember. One of them.
Here we go. P with the rock. Looking to get active. Hezzy pull. Great defense by Zay. Uncle Scoob for the clear.
Little FIBA 3-on-3 the other day, and now I get even more annoyed with these team games. I'm telling you, they leave so many points on the board, don't they, Baby Durant?
Got to be able to contain the drive, but honestly, you'd rather a 2 than a 3 in this space. It'll be interesting to see if Pishan helps off. See if and dares Zay to kind of get some shots up, which he is capable of making it.
Remember the arm battle here? Yeah, Dom is like, his feet are like stuck in cement, so I don't know if he's just not warmed up yet. Like, watch, Scoob takes off and just like straight line drive, like not even close. I don't know what's going on there.
Oh.
USC and
It was
Oak
a close
Hill.
call by
That's
Uncle
right.
Scoob. He gets the left-hand layup to fall. Zay for Trey. Can't get it.
See, Dom's got to hit the glass. Great kick out.
Driving kick.
Great peel. That's not.
There was a couple times this weekend. So because some of the teams were different, so we didn't have a team DMV game other than when it was Scoob and Zay. We didn't have like a 3-on-3 that was DMV versus somebody. So there was a couple times this weekend where we saw Scoob and Zay would be on, let's say they were on defense. Right now they're on offense on this. But you get this drive from Zay and they would peel switch, right? So this player would pick up, they would switch essentially. Pishan is beat, so he would switch with Dom, and then Pishan would take Scoob. So it's peel switch. There was a couple times that would happen, and the other player wouldn't peel. And this player here is like, what are you doing? You're supposed to peel switch that. And the other player didn't have any concept of what was supposed to happen. And it would show the difference of the guys that play these team setting type games at a high level. And then a lot of other players that wouldn't do well in transition, didn't peel switch, didn't scramble. They just weren't doing the winning plays. But maybe they're really good scorers. So they were good enough scorers to keep their team around, but they weren't doing like the high IQ stuff to make the game easier. So we're starting to get to that point where the IQ matters.
Yeah, from the mid-range, Zay is deadly. Getting downhill, the floater, the midi, he does that. Zay again.
Other than the film room, what channel should I watch? I'm going to do a list. I'll do a list either this week or next week where we're going to list a bunch of channels that people should watch.
Oh.
Yeah, Coach Mike is really good for defense.
Another bump. Another bump.
What?
They're dangerous.
Wow. Zay is just a grown man right now.
How did Zay get so dominant? I'm pretty sure he just trains and plays kind of similar to a running back that has basketball skills.
Bucket, change of pace, hang dribble.
Oh, good. Oh, I thought he was going to dodge that.
I thought he was looking for the oop.
And Zay got better at all this stuff. I don't know if he spent more time on this. He's gotten better at these types of shots. Believe it or not, watching him in person, he's shooting those from the elbow. He's starting to do those like from the elbow and further out now. And he's been hitting them at a high percentage.
I thought he was looking for the oop.
Vintage
Good
Zay.
floater. Clear over to Pichon, getting downhill. Nothing. It's a foul on the play.
Yeah, Pichon is far better in team settings. He's just not a one-on-one style player. But let's remember, the last game that Pichon played that we saw was him versus Bijan, and it was 30-4. So Pichon thinks he sucks and thinks he had a bad game and thinks he's just not ready. And now we're seeing what Bijan's doing to everyone else, and it's like, oh, no, that's not the problem. It's just your first game back was against Bijan. That was the problem.
He's one go through. Let's see if that gets him started.
That's a good question, Vetrix.
Dom on the attack against Uncle School. A little bit of a hesitation. Draws the foul.
Now, we saw yesterday he went up to this free throw line and airballed it hard right. And then it kind of messed with his confidence. Let's see if this transfers.
The referees are getting far better and more consistent, too.
Missed free throws are what in this game? What are they?
Turnovers.
It's a turnover.
Just like the air balls.
Fine.
Did I ever watch your 23 league game? I did not, Amir. I did not. Speaking of, we saw Amir play some games over the weekend.
For the game. You know, he said he's just getting his feet back set underneath him. You know, life's been happening, had a family. Now he's back on the scene, looking to make a splash. Welcome back, showing that effort.
That's what he does. That's what he does.
Man, this happened way too much. I think so anyone that's looking to play in the twos, just assume there's no help. The amount of times I see people playing in the gaps, if you're going to be in the gap, you got to be willing, you got to be able to get to your player in one step. There cannot be a closeout because these guys are too good that you can't just let Zay throw a cross-court pass on the money and Scoob just gets a wide open three. Like, you cannot let Scoob get catch and shoot threes. And now, especially what I saw this weekend, the amount of talent that was there, you can't give any of these guys just catch and shoot threes. So that's one thing that's changing is in the 2-on-2s, you just can't overhelp.
Can't leave him open from that range. Uncle Scoob, left wing three. That's good. Team Zay up 1 point. I want to hear that one more time from Uncle Scoob. Let me see that. Step back.
Good hand at the end. Got to play through it. Did he clear it up?
So one thing real quick, I was speaking to some of the players and they were saying they actually don't want a shot clock. They don't think there needs to be a shot clock in these games. What about no actual shot clock, but if someone is just dribbling the ball and not attacking, we just start getting a loud countdown, right? Like the ref can just be like 10, 9, 8. What are your thoughts on that? I was just now thinking of that as I'm watching this game. Because also you have to get a shot clock operator too.
Uh-oh. Second foul. Free throw line. Free throw up. Always good. Okay, here we go. Zay at the top, push cross. You know that's his move. Goes to that floater, bumps, P shot, go. Zay at the
Brother.
top, push cross. You know.
Look, the amount of times I've seen this in my life, watching them play, the amount of times I see somebody's feet leave the ground completely after taking a bump from Zay.
That's his move. Goes to that floater, bumps, P shot all the way to the baseline. Can't let him get downhill or it is a wrap.
Man.
Wow, Zay is balling right now. 3 points will send it to halftime. He's going for the 2. Oh, foul on the play.
He almost got an and one too. Yeah, once someone starts delaying, the shot clock starts there. I think so too. If they're driving and the ball is moving and all that sort of stuff, it's probably fine.
No, he's trying to protect himself from falling, but that might be, see how they call it.
Unlimited dribble 7-second shot clock division for certain players in ones.
But like, I wanted to see if Pishan and Dom would come out and play in a little bit of action.
I don't know if there necessarily needs to be a different division because I still think the best players in limited dribbles would be the best players in that one too.
Zay converts from the line. Retains possession.
It might change for like the 10 through onwards, but the top 10, top 5 would still be the same best players. The order might slightly change a little bit, but
We got Dom switched on Zay. Over to School.
shoot those scoops.
Step back. Behind the back.
Little pat. Looking for Zay. Couldn't get a back door.
So like right here. Like how would you guys feel? Let's watch this possession. How would you guys feel? So we check
School
up.
goes back to him.
So right at 10, 2, 4.
Dom switched on Zay. Over to School. Step back. Behind the back.
Little pat. Looking for Zay. Couldn't get a back door.
Good defense by Dom and Pishan right now, just staying solid.
Daring him to shoot it.
So that was a 25-second shot clock. That was a 25-second possession, but that felt long as hell, right? That was 25 seconds. So imagine like it was just a 20-second shot clock. Just so when possessions get like that, at least it speeds them up a little bit. Because eventually you're going to get an open shot if you take 25 seconds each time to play defense, right? I think 20-second shot clock would be, once the refs deem that, all right, you tried to drive, Zay tried to drive, y'all didn't get anything, and now someone's like backing up. All right, 10, 9, let's get a count.
And he gets it to go. Halftime.
Zay with a big 3, sending them to halftime, 21-10 ball game right now. I think as much as Zay has been able to get to the line, he really got that three-pointer and that got that shot falling. And we are back to HoopCon. Ball is life. Shoot 360. Team Zay versus Team Pishan. I'm here with Dev in the lab. We're in the second half. 11-point lead right now by Team Zay.
Because like right here, we see it again. I just think, look, Zay goes, all right, doesn't drive. Okay, good defense. Now he kicks it. Okay, Scoob doesn't get anything, drives, nothing. Right here, I'd be like, all right, 10, 9, 8, 7. So it naturally happens anyways, right? Naturally, you're on offense. You're like, I should probably shoot this at some point. Otherwise, what are we doing? But I just think like it gives defense a little bit more of like, okay, they can't do this forever. Once that countdown starts, like I just gotta like lock down for like 10 more seconds and we're good. I think a shot. I think something like that. So I think I'm gonna push that forward to the team setting games. Do you guys think that's fair?
Zay has been on a tear. First half was his. Let's see if we see more of that. Step back jumper, and that's good.
Hey, that boy's good, man. I know it may not look like, pleasing to the eye in terms of like fancy crossovers. He gonna put that ball in the basket though.
Yeah.
Overshot it a
Get
little
you one,
bit.
Pishan.
3 up, good hand. Didn't matter.
3 down.
Pishan's another one that takes those transition shots. That's why he's good at team settings. I think he probably played some FIBA 3-on-3 at some point.
Let's see if that shot gets him going. Want to see a little bit from Dom. He swings it over to Pishan. Spin move, step back, jumper. Tip out to Uncle Scoob, wide open three.
Yep, can't get that one away. That's this game out.
Target score, 40. Here we go, Zay, reverse lay. No
That would have
good.
been something right there. Way to protect it. He was going, ooh.
So it happened here. Scoob, again, this is what Zay did earlier. Zay did this for Scoob, right? So missed shot. Zay sprinted out and took away the open shot. Scoob did that here. Scoob sprinted out, took away the open three, and now they have to take a contested one.
Ooh.
But no transition buckets
Scoob,
very often.
Pishan was relocating for that three. He didn't give him an opportunity to do so. Playing defense.
Is this 3x3? Nah, this is just, I mean, it's just 2v2, 3v3. This isn't FIBA rules.
Dom. Zay was there.
Here we go.
Dom for three. Can't get
Gotta
it.
hustle out there. I mean,
Still an open three, though. You can't get those up.
P's gonna look to get active.
The double team on Pishan and leaving
good
Dom
hand.
wide open.
Another open three.
Great
Shoot it again,
hands
Scoob.
by Scoob, getting downhill, takes his time, draws the foul.
I think Scoob should have just shot it again.
There he goes to the basket. Dared him to shoot.
I did speak to Zay about his threes off the dribble. The twisting. It's not too bad there, but sometimes he'll be twisting quite a bit in his shot. So I did speak to him about that. He knew. So it was like he already knew and acknowledged it. So that's something he already thinks about. So all the stuff that we were talking about when we were breaking down his three, he's aware of those things too. So it's good to see.
Trouble. 30 to 15.
Zay been on the tear. He been working out today. 3-pointers been falling, getting downhill. Everything's working for him at this point. What a move.
And for those of you guys,
I agree with the shot clock to a certain extent, but it can change some outcomes of games. I can explain if you don't understand. Like in a scenario where you want the ball in a certain guy's hands, but his teammate has the ball and you begin your 10-second countdown. No, but that should be a good thing, right? Should put the pressure on the offense to be more efficient with their offense. You shouldn't be able to just like drive, nothing, kick out, drive, nothing, kick out, drive, nothing, kick out, drive, nothing, kick out, open shot. Because it's like the defense, you didn't create anything. The defense finally just gave up because they're like, what? Why are we playing defense for unlimited? Why are we playing unlimited defense? But if you drive, nothing, kick out, drive, nothing, kick out, 10, 9, yeah, you got to be efficient. Yeah, at least your drive should mean something. You should be driving to attack, not driving to get the defense tired.
watching, I'm looking to get on scene. Like, it's a good player to pay attention to. Like,
Did Trey Croft? No, what's that?
so well, they give you the shot, you take that, now everything's open.
Pishan with the hustle. Pishan got the turnover on Uncle Scoob. Told Dom, get out the way. I got this today. Spin move.
Damn.
Show you right. Move.
Hey, Scoob was about to watch the Zay. Watch Zay hold him off.
Doing his thing right now, trying to get his team back into this game. We got a 15-point ball game. Pishan, spin move again, step back, jumper.
Oh,
That's money. What a move by Pishan. Full bag on display right now against Team Zay.
Yeah, they just Dom is just
Dom
not willing
getting
to
involved.
take like open threes, unfortunately.
Left it long.
And it's hard to score. It's hard to beat Scoob and Zay. Man,
and that's dangerous over there.
you're not gonna beat Scoob and Zay without shooting open looks, man.
He's thinking about shoot. He will shoot this. Good hustle. Good hand. Good shot.
There we go, Dom. It's a big shot by Dom, getting his confidence going.
I don't know what CLA is, apparently, Baby Durant. People were in my comments and were like, man, this guy's always straw manning CLA. I'm like, yeah, it's a problem. I can't, I've been doing all this research and I still can't explain what it is.
Dom and Scoob chatting. Hard foul. These guys are competing.
There's a lot of history there. I mean, like I said, when they played one-on-one a while back, they was talking just like this. Same thing happened. Dom went up on Scoob, which a lot of people do, bro. Went up in halftime. Scoob just stayed calm.
Aspect of it, the mental toughness you need to persevere through whatever. Let's see what they do here out of the timeout. Eshawn, couple of moves right now. Ball on the
right
string.
here.
Oh, pull up jumper.
Like Scoob's up. Look, let's see how long he's playing. Let's see how long Scoob's playing defense. Actually, let's watch the whole thing. Let's see how long. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He played 10 seconds of defense. Like, Scoob's not going to do that every single play, right? Like, that's a lot of defense for one possession. Like, people don't do that in real games.
Zay with the clear.
He's had a hard time dealing with Zay. Good pass out there. It looked kind of like they got back to doing what the... Whoa. Well, that's a lot better than what he was doing yesterday from the free throw line. Got it.
That's the first foul of the possession. Another one there going to the line.
Open three.
Can they find it, or is it a little bit too late? Three-pointer up. Hustling out to... Oh, see, he can.
So I don't know, was half court out of bounds? Did I not know it, or I didn't hear a whistle? I got to go back and see their 1v1 now. I'm going to have to go watch their 1v1. Don't shoot like Larry Bird. Look how, like,
Those 2 fouls in a row?
It was.
Trying to get to that mid-range, get that shot up. Couldn't get it to go. Great hustle by Zay. It's a great tip to Scoob. Scoob definitely looking to end this right now as fast as he can. You never want to give anybody room to breathe. Gets to the pull-up. Great.
I mean, he had any shot he wanted there. Like, now that, especially after watching Scoob this weekend, like the defense he's playing against, also playing, man, I forgot to have that conversation with Scoob about Jonathan Simmons, but he's been playing the types of defenses that, like, they're pressuring up the whole time. This is just like a layup for Scoob now.
Great bad contest. Not there early enough.
1v1 tournament in the lab gym.
To get him on the elbow, throw him off a little bit. You got to watch him because he'll shoot from anywhere on this court.
Looking for a game winner, Uncle Scoob for Trey.
Court.
Looking for a game winner, Uncle Scoob for Trey.
This nigga cannot fuck with me. Ever in his life. I'm fresh off the bench, nigga. A whole year, he's sorry. Ever in his life. Shut up. Beat him in ones, beat him in twos. Want to play threes? Fuck it, why not?
I played a whole year.
You lost.
Shut
Stop
up.
talking to me. This shit, boy.
Shut up.
You some shit.
And you out there hacking.
What you doing?
I ain't played a whole year.
What
You out there hacking.
You hacking.
Yeah. Shut up.
And one.
I ain't played a whole year.
I get and ones.
I ain't played a whole year.
I get and ones.
You happy?
You can
nigga?
take out right now.
You a fan.
You want to take out right now?
You a fan.
You want to take up?
You a fan.
If you don't want to take up, shut up.
You a fan.
Take up or shut
You a
up.
fan.
Take up or shut up.
your whole year, nigga. Shut up.
Shut up or shut up.
That win ain't your
All
whole
right,
year.
then shut up, bro.
You a fan.
Why do niggas talk but they don't want to do it on the court? I'm about action, buddy. I'm about action, buddy. Hey, K, I will pay this nigga for free right now. I will pay him for free right now. You don't gotta give me no extra money. I will pay you for free right now. All right, then shut up.
She got pressure for a year.
So stop talking to me
You
then.
pressed right
So
now,
stop talking.
nigga.
I'm not pressed,
Yes,
nigga.
you are.
You talking
You
shit. I
pressed.
fucked you up.
I playing the whole year out here. You pressed.
Who fault is that?
You a fan. You happy to win. I
Don't
know.
point at my fan.
You a fan.
Don't
nigga.
point at my fan.
Shut up.
Sucker.
You a fan. You a fan. Hey, what happened in our gym? Smack your ass. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You a fan. 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 Hey, and you got beat in our gym too. Don't forget.
By who? You?
Yeah.
By you?
You got beat in
By
our
you?
gym too. Yeah.
Was it by you?
You a fan.
Was it by you?
You're a fan.
Was it by you?
You're a fan.
I beat you and your man. But peace out, my guy, though. Peace out, my bad. I swear it's all respect, bro. It's always respect with me and you. Your man, though?
I just try to stay confident and be aggressive. You know?
So he just trying to do an interview.
Trust with the defense give me really.
I went rookie on him, man. What's the nigga name of Philly? Shout out to my boy.
Oh, yeah, VJ.
Hey, yeah, I went VJ.
Yeah, you went VJ.
I went VJ on him.
Hey, Uncle Scoop, real quick, since we got you, bro, can you talk to us a little bit about the chatter between you and Dom? And there's some history there.
Yeah.
What fires you up when you play against a competitor like Dom?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't even thinking about for real. I was really just trying to win. And then he started getting, like, just being extra. So I'm like, shit, I'm gonna be extra back. You know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, bro, it's not personal with me. I promise you it's not. He wanted to be personal, and look what that got him. All right. Hey, man.
Look at Zay. Look at Zay.
Say, how do you put up with this guy?
Man, I deal with this every day. This is.
We gonna see him in Toronto.
Oh yeah, and we gonna murder Mr. in Toronto.
We done.
How do you put up with this guy?
Bring him to Toronto too then. Since he a year off, he got another month to get right. He got another month. Give him, hey, AK. He said he's been a year on the couch, right? Give him another month to get ready and bring him to Toronto. I'll play him, and I'll play my Toronto matchup. I'll play him for free, AK. You got my word.
You heard it here
Oh,
first.
man, we in Toronto in 12 days.
All right, so just real quick. That was a lot. I didn't want to interrupt it because that energy was pretty good. Just real quick. People got to stop thinking that you can just say, I haven't played in a year. Well, I get it, but like, don't talk trash then. Like, just be like, hey, good game, dog. I should have been in better shape. Like, y'all too good. Just leave it there. As soon as you start saying I haven't played in a year, you can't also talk trash. You can't also, because now it's like unlimited. Scoob don't have to get no grace. He can, and he already beat you once, and now what's going on? What's going on? What was he doing? I don't know. That was why do our egos get in the way? Anyways, let me know what you guys thought about that game. Yeah, that was crazy. That was great. Dev feelings are. Oh yeah, those are his guys. I forgot. I haven't seen him since that day, to be honest. Thought I misheard him. Why would he be a fan? I don't know what he's talking about. Dev, stay watching them get smacked. Man, I'd be surprised if Scoob and Dom haven't thrown hands yet. Gets to a point sometimes. Nah, I don't think they was like looking to fight. Toronto in 12 days? Yeah, I need a little bit more time than that. Haven't played in a year, and you're going to go on YouTube and play against Scoob and say, yeah, that's never going to end well. That was never going to end well. Went from in the lab to OTC, off the couch. Luku's finally back. What up, Swift? Swift Hoops, how we doing, man? Hey, Swift Hoops, I'm going to use those rankings in a little bit. They better be up to snuff, buddy. Those rankings better be caught up because we're going to use them in a little bit. Pishan used to be one of your favorites. He's really good in team settings. He's really good in team settings. I just haven't seen much ones from him. They have history. So yeah, maybe so. All I seen was that game, obviously. Always has something to say after Scoob and Bruce hypes him up to say something. Yeah, Zay he trolls, but like under his breath a little bit. So the player that he's playing against hears it, but no one else hears it. So it makes people look more unhinged. What should you do when you have already used all your moves on a defender? Pass the ball. Pass the ball. If they're not, blame Cheese. Need somebody to stick by me at my worst. Like, yeah, find you someone who has your back like P-Shine has Dom's. Okay. So that was fun. I didn't see any of those HoopCon games. I'm probably, don't hate me for this, guys. Those were okay, but I just think the team setting games have kept improving, getting way better. I don't really want to watch those unless we run out of stuff to catch up on, then we'll catch up. But if there's any that I need to see, we'll watch them. But other than that, I think we're going to skip the next one. And I want to watch Scoob versus Jonathan Simmons. You guys cool with watching that one next? Got to use the tier list on there? Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. We could do that. Yeah, pass the ball. Facts. That was mid. Yeah, it was fun because I hadn't seen it. Now that I've seen what it is, the team games have just evolved so quickly because now there's like money on the line. It's big. Like Dom saying I was a year off the couch. Like, I don't want to watch people a year off the couch playing in team games, right? You're not supposed to win. I want to watch, like I watched this weekend in TNC OTD, I want to watch everybody at their best really competing against the best. That's what I want to see. So Scoob versus Simmons game. Yeah, let's watch that. Let's watch that one. Yeah, we already got it loaded up too. This game was insane. If you use all your moves in one possession, that's rough. Yeah, if you really in a game setting, you should have a move that has a couple counters to it, and if none of those work, kick the ball out. And the way you play, like, so Steph Curry will catch the ball in a closeout, and if you get there in time, shot fake, maybe one dribble to the side, shot fake. If you don't jump past, he'll kick the ball and he'll move, and then next time he'll catch and shoot, or next time he'll get into his other moves, right? So it's just like a game of chess. You're not supposed to score every time. If they guess all your moves right, you just say, hey, good defense. Guard me again. I'm going to go to my other bag. I'm going to go to my other bag of tricks. With the tier list, whenever it gets enough votes, it'll determine what's a high, mid, and low-level paper. Oh, so is this a pay-per-view? Is it for players or for game types? I'll probably watch most players off the couch, not Dom. Yeah, the 2s and 3s are getting really good for real lately. They're actually becoming a great brand of good. Yeah, I agree. HoopCon stuff was just the same weekend or day as the night. Yeah, I remember that. There was so much stuff going on that weekend that everyone was like tired and injured and whatever. Ball handling moves. Oh, you don't need more. You only need one that works really well, and then you think about the counter to the move, and then a counter to that. Like, you don't need more different moves. You just need more. You just need a counter. You need more moves that work with your moves. Okay. So also at the same time, if my camera overheats, I'm obviously going to have to like unplug it and then reset it. So I'll figure that out as we go. Yeah, I'll figure that out as we go. But until then, what's up, gang? Hope you're doing well. We're going to watch Scoob versus Jonathan Simmons. This is on Go Live channel, so The Scene, Pep's channel, and Uncle Scoob. So go subscribe, both of them. Uncle Scoob, 122K subscribers. It's crazy. But go subscribe the video. We're going to check it out. This was a great game.
I know I just moved into my new house, and these renovations can get real expensive. That's where Current comes in. Current allows you to get a paycheck advance for up to $750. No annual fees, no credit checks, no transfer fees. Almost sounds too good to be true. You can even get your direct deposit up to 2 days sooner. Who doesn't want their money sooner than expected? Especially when you got all these renovations going on and brand new bathrooms, brand new floors, brand new...
Damn, they did a full renovation of this house.
Kitchen. I need my money now. Stop waiting. Get Current. Visit www.current.com/school. The code is school.
Damn.
Of course, Current has helped me get access to my money sooner so I can get these renovations done sooner. So Stop waiting, man. Get current.
All right, what's up, y'all, man? Like I told y'all before,
go.
this is not the league. This is the scene, man. In the co-main event, man, we got a hell of an event. We down here in Houston. We got Scoob, the Black Ghost, one of the motherfucking pioneers in the space. He been carving it out for years. He's the only one accepted this game. He's Mr. Pay-Per-View, man. I don't think we can deny that for any longer. He arrives to the occasion every single time. Love to have him out here, so we'll start with him. How you feeling about this game, Stu?
Feel good, man. I'm just trying to hoop.
Yes, sir. And on my left, man, we got a guy I think that mirrors Scoob, but for his level. When we talk about levels, a guy that got in the league through the back door.
Oh, just look at the height difference already. That's crazy.
Always grinded in his hometown in Jay Sims. The city love him. The city love him around the world. People say he's not to be fucked with. So I think we finna find out. Jay Sims, how you feeling about this game? Welcome to Houston. We got the DMV versus Houston. So let's get this game cracking. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, man. Let's get it.
So this game is a prime example of, I said this about Wemby, right? Wemby, most basketball is about, oh, my battery is even down. Most basketball is just about who's bigger, stronger, faster. And this was a perfect example of that. Jonathan Simmons plays like Scoob, but in the NBA. So it's just like Scoob is already behind on that aspect. But he definitely had chances. He had opportunities. He was creating space for a shot, but it's just different shooting over someone who's 6'6", you know, like Jonathan Simmons.
Let's get into it, man. First possession of the game.
Yes, sir. First possession already,
of the game. As we know him to do.
Let's
get to it. Let's see what they got going on.
Uh-oh. Here we are.
Hey. That's a walk, ain't it?
Did they call foul or walk?
Nah, that's a walk, dude. Let's see if they serve from the free throw.
Hey, I need this middle. Hey, bro, I need the middle clear, bro. Hey, yo. I gotta be able to see, bro. Please.
It's 1-0 right now. 1-0 right now. Let's see. School pressed up.
1-0.
He was doing the right thing on defense by forcing him to, you remember when I talked about push points? Like, this is good defense. Like, if there's help side and there's gap defenders, Scoob did a good job. They're at the top of the key. He drives. This bump right here is super important. If you keep him outside the elbow, then you probably do a good job keeping him outside the block. But again, Simmons, being 6'6", can just bail out and shoot over the top. That's still great defense, still gets a block. But in a real game, like that's great defense. Oh, they called it foul?
That's good defense.
That's great defense.
That's good defense by Scoob. And this is what I be saying. People be trying to doubt Scoob.
Yeah, I forgot how this game went. That's rough. Those two plays in a row that I don't know if those should have been called fouls.
One of them ones.
Definitely one of them ones.
But you know, he a pro, so he ain't gonna really miss free throws like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For the independent reaction vids, does it allow you to collab post on them? Always wondered, was that on top of having the link in the description? So collab posting hasn't always been a thing. So I can start collabing with Ball is Life, but it's only if they want to. They have to accept the collab too. So if they want to do that, I'll do that. But yeah, maybe I'll send a message and ask. I think it would do more for me though than them. Yeah, Scoob's been playing great defense. Again, same thing here. Doesn't allow straight line drive. Jonathan Simmons trying to just run through him. He gets a deflection. They didn't call it.
Scoob locking up.
Scoob playing defense.
And he's always going to be able to get his hands free and shoot over the top. And this is where the super advantage lies. And Scoob, great contest. Still gets off a good look though, just because he happens to be 6'6".
Let's see what Scoob come out with. Let's see if he's gonna shoot it, drive. You never know with Scoob, man. Scoob is really a special kind.
And then wide open three. I think Scoob went, what, 3 for 18, did we say it was this game? So he had looks. It's just hard to get going when you've played three possessions of defense in a row. Good recovery. 3 possessions in a row and, got 2 stops essentially in a row, and they called fouls.
I can't even see. Jesus Christ.
That's a shot too.
That's
So one thing I've noticed is these one-on-one players do a good job of like holding the ball in different spots. Like they hold the ball towards the left maybe, and then their shot pocket gets over to the right. So that's still an open three, but I do think this bothers a shooter. Look how far Jonathan Simmons is off, and his hand is like essentially if he straightens out his arm, he can get to Scoob's Scoob's shot pocket. But this is something I noticed playing. Even though he doesn't get a hand up and contest, in the back of your mind, you're like, man, he might block this. He might block this. He might block this. So shooting against a 6'6" defender is still different than shooting against someone you're taller than or same height as. Because you don't have that thought in the back of your head. So I think that attributed to Scoob shooting so poorly this game.
Come on, Simmons, what you got going on? Scoob guarding good way to guard, Scoob. I thought he still made it. You see, that's the difference. You're not going to get those pro calls. It's a 1v1 space. Yeah. This is the 1v1 space. You're going to get those.
And honestly, I think this was the right game plan for Scoob offensively. He was going to have to hit threes to win this and to put pressure on Simmons.
Oh, my God, that's tough. Good defense.
Yeah, because this is tough. Yeah, because once he starts driving and he's attached, because Simmons is an elite defender. And look, as long as he stays attached, so Scoob, I would say, is quicker, but Simmons stayed attached the whole time, right? Look, like right here, he hand checked him. And it's different. Scoob against, let's see, who would he be playing against? Even Moon, maybe. Playing against a Moon, playing against a Tay, playing against anyone in the one-on-one scene. Like, he probably wins that arm battle. Like, he can probably just swim through that. But Jonathan Simmons, being an NBA athlete, like, when he puts that hand out, like, it doesn't let you drive. And then he doesn't even get separation here. So it's just the physicality, man. It's just a different level of physicality.
Oh, it's close right there.
Good shot. Still playing great defense.
I will say, actually, I'm going to break this down a little bit better because Scoob will probably watch this. Like, Scoob beating. Like, Scoob beating right here. And this is why I advocate for full speed right, full speed left, because you will play against people like this. If I were being critical of Scoob, I would say this is where I'm really pedantic on which foot you're driving with, right? Everyone's like, but you should use a crossover step when you want, or shouldn't you sometimes? Yes, you should. You should use whatever footwork you want. I don't care. But if I know that this guy's going to stick his hand out and I'm going to have to win an arm battle, I would like this foot to be doing most of the like dig into the ground. And I would like to be driving with this foot so that I can release my shoulder. I can swim through whatever I need to do. So those couple things. But then I would be telling Scoob, let's slow it down. Right here, when this arm comes out, like you got to win that. You got to get your arm over his and swipe it out the way. So now you got to swipe it out the way. And that's the only part that he didn't do well here. Like shoulders facing away from the basket a little bit for a split second, but everything else was good. Everything else was good. Damn, it's going to go slow. It slowed down a little bit, but everything else was good here. Boom. He got him 0.5 seconds of freedom. You're playing against a really, really good player. That 0.5 seconds isn't going to last very long. So your drive, now you shoot your arm through. That arm should never keep you from getting to the basket. It should never keep you from getting. It does. It's going to hold people back because he's strong as shit. But you need to be driving forward like a running back, like we always talk about. Keep those feet moving. That arm shouldn't keep you from getting to the bucket. So Scoob had him here, but it's just the arm of justice keeps him from moving. Now he's attached. Now you're kind of screwed. But yeah, that'd be the only criticism I give there. Again, on paper, easier said than done. But you need to always now, when you practice your moves and when Scoob's practicing his drives, always just assume you're playing against Jonathan Simmons and go, would that drive have worked on Jonathan Simmons? All right, wasn't a good drive.
Oh, it's close right there.
Good shot. Still playing great defense.
A+ pin work. Got you.
Come on, man.
I'm telling you, man.
It's going to be hard to stop.
We know Scoob walk people down, so that ain't the problem.
Like he had him there, right? Good job. To the bucket.
Come on, Scoob.
Great job. What do you do different? I think he just timed the. I think he just won the hand battle. I think he caught his arm. Yeah, he just blew by really.
Come on, School. YouTube versus the world. I'm telling you, bro. Let's talk to him. Come on, School talking. School talking. I'm sorry, y'all. We can't see nothing. I'm so sorry, guys.
Yeah, he had him. Again, it's tough because Scoob's doing the right thing. This is why I said he really had the right game plan, had a chance to win, but typically when you're training, you're not training to see if your move works against Jonathan Simmons. It's like, would that have worked on Tay? Would that have worked on Moon? All right, good move. Good rep. Would that have worked on Nas? Maybe. But now it's like, would it work on a 6'6" elite NBA defender? Scoob has him here. He's got the angle. He has him. And now it's just Jonathan Simmons gets his hand there. You got to win this hand battle and be able to keep your dribble alive, right? Simmons reaches all the way across his body and gets a deflection. So there's twice now that Simmons shot his arm through, and Scoob, maybe I'll show it here. We talked about this the other day. I used this. Talked about it the other day. Scar does this really well. People will drive like this, and then Scar goes, hits the ball. But you need to drive like this. So whenever Scar's arm goes, it's under yours. You can take it with you, right? So those are a couple little like changes that need to happen on your drive. I always talked about this. I'm trying to get my shoulder past your hip, but I'm shooting my arm through on the drive. So that whatever happens, I might elbow you in the face if you put your face there. I might elbow your arm down, whatever. But I think that's what Scoob could have done on 2 of these drives. Again, I'm nitpicking. I'm being very pedantic, but that's the Kyrie Irving stuff. That's how Kyrie Irving gets around these types of defenders.
Let's see what they got going on. Jonte got the ball. Good defense. He didn't do nothing. Good defense.
Yeah, once Scoob slows down and lets Jonathan Simmons get attached, kind of like what we were talking Reese needed to do with Bijan. Once he let him get attached, it's kind of over. Like even so now here's what I was wanting to break down, and this is the biggest issue for Scoob. This would be a normal shot, and I think you don't know until you're out there against someone that's like, I know Scoob's played taller players than this, but again, he's probably just not in the habit. Like that's a wide open shot. Look at Simmons, look at him recovering. Scoob has a complete open path to the basket. Like this is a great shot for Scoob, but now look at this closeout. Like by the time he shoots it, like Simmons like gets there. So I don't even think he hits it, but that is enough to really start like that's a shot that's usually an open shot for Scoob. Now that's a highly contested shot. So what I would say is when you're practicing your step backs, your normal step back against someone your height, like they can't get to this. They're not going to block it. Now when you do a step back, you got to cover more space. So your drive got to be a little bit better angle, but you got to cover more space for someone that's 6'6". So again, my advice to Scoob would be when you're practicing your moves, practicing your shots, just think in the back of your mind, would that get me open against Jonathan Simmons? And if the answer is yes, everyone that's not Jonathan Simmons will never be a problem ever again in your life. And maybe that's why he looked so crisp this weekend too. Now that he's had this experience.
In this room right now, Jim is
Scoob playing some defense too.
He do.
Jay Sims downhill.
It's
not easy as it thinks.
They can play deep. They can do it
They
all.
can play defense, bro. It look one way, but when you get out there, it's a big difference, man.
They can do it all, man.
Let's lock in.
He actually got a lot of stops too.
Oh my God.
Good foul. And see, again, that's a pro move.
That's a pro move from Scoob.
Yes, he was getting a lot of stops. He just wasn't efficient from 3. And again, you're not supposed to be until you like. And once you've seen this, once you've repped out against it, then now Scoob can go back to the drawing board and lab out. Okay, what's some moves that would work against someone 6'6"?
Oh my!
Like that step back's not. Simmons just has to wait. This step back will never work. Like Scoob is just already here. Watch Simmons. He doesn't have to move. He's just waiting. Once he sees Scoob pick it up, now he can just jump and contest. Even though he doesn't hit the ball, like you see that as a shooter, you see that really fucks with you. And again, it's just enough to miss. Yes, he can hit those, but these are tough shots. So what I would say, again, from Scoob, you got to move Simmons. You got to move him. So here, you do this jab. This is fine. This is fine. But you got to move him. You got to get his body weight. You got to get him to go backwards while you're going backwards. So you got to, instead of just like standing and going, boom, step back, you might have to stand, fake your drive to get Simmons to guard your drive with you, right? So we're going this way, my bad. So I'm going to fake this way. We're going this way, boom, into my step back. So now you're creating that separation before you go into a shot, rather than just stand still and separate, because he's just gonna cover that space. So this is one other thing. You don't get the luxury. Unfortunately, you're not 6'6". You don't get to just step back and shoot. He's just waiting. You need to fake him to the right so that maybe he drops his foot while you're going into a step back. So now you can get that shot off. But yeah, he's just jumping from where he was. And again, against most people, that's a good shot. But damn, this is way more of a breakdown than I thought it would be. This is actually a fun breakdown. We don't get to see this often.
That's going to be a problem for anybody.
Let's see JT's get to it. Oh, down here. Oh.
And then for him, the solution is easy, right? If you're taller and stronger, the solution's easy. Just full speed left, full speed right.
That was tough. Try to get that on the ball. But again, Scoob is a big body. Like, you're not going to move like
that. Should be a foul for reaching all the way across his body like that to swipe for the ball, though. No. If he hits the ball, they won't call a foul. Definitely in the NBA, if you hit the ball, regardless of what happens on the reach, they won't call it. If you don't, Scoob has to like grab his arm or grab his arm this way before they're really going to call that contact. Scar does the same. No, Scar does it, and it's not a foul. If you hit the ball, they're probably not going to call foul.
That's why I say that height difference really don't matter with this matchup.
Even that was a tough one. That's probably the cleanest look you got, though. This one right here. Let's see. Yeah, look at the difference, and that's why it was the cleanest. So I'm glad. This is the type of shot Scoob needs to do to get open. Full speed right. Jonathan Simmons has to drop his foot. As he's dropping his foot, all right, Baby Durant will yell at me if I don't use the pin. But while Simmons is going this direction, Scoob simultaneously, right here, is going this direction. That's how you create space against taller players. I got to get you going this way while I'm going that way. We can't both just go this way. If it's a race to a spot, you'll beat me because you're taller. So get Jonathan Simmons to drop his foot while Scoob is stepping back. Slow this down, and we could look at the space that gets created, right? Like now we got a true 0.5 seconds of freedom. So now Scoob can separate, and now if he doesn't pick the ball up, he can redrive. Again, I'll get my pin. Baby Durant, you're good. Now that I've created 0.5 seconds of freedom, this is where the game is played. This is where the game should have been played for Scoob the entire game. I'm going to drive full speed right and get a layup like he already did. I'm going to drive full speed right. As you turn your hips, I'm going to create that separation now. And now as you close the gap, I'm going to redrive right, I'm going to redrive left, or I'm going to shoot it. So this should have been the whole game for Scoob right here. And this is why he got the cleanest look so far. And this is still going to be a tough contest. But this is how Steph Curry, this is how Damian Lillard, this is how any Trae Young, all the guards, Jalen Brunson, all small guards, this is how they get their shot off on bigger defenders. And look at the contest, it's still there. But at least that's a clean look for Scoob. At least he knows in his brain, if I shoot this like my normal shot, he won't get there. Now, did that impact his shot going in or not? Yeah, maybe. But at least you can rep that out now. That's a real shot you can rep out. And like commentary saying he's forcing it, but like those are the shots Scoob has to be. That's the skill level that Scoob is going to have to be able to make to beat players of this like stature consistently. And he can do it. You probably doesn't get reps against these guys a lot.
He kind of shooting his straight though. He got a longer
2-hour breakdown. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
So it might be bothering.
It might be bothering.
I've been itching to break something down. No, this is just a unique breakdown that we get to talk about some things we don't typically get to talk about.
He got to get used to it.
That's
and then what does Simmons get to do that Scoob doesn't get to do? Well, and he still does it a little bit, right? He goes into that T-Mac hezzy pull-up. he makes like Scoob's dropping his foot as Simmons is already getting on balance into his shot, right? Scoob was dropping his foot by the time he's into a shot. So even though he's the taller player, he's still forcing Scoob to bite on the drive before he pulls up, which ends up in a clean shot. But then he also knows if Scoob times it perfect, like I'm still probably going to have a good look. So he just has much larger room for error than Scoob does.
4-3. Lead change. See what Simmons got.
Exact same move. And then Scoob guarded it right this time, but 6'6". Right? He guards it, but that late contest, like he's never gonna see it. It's just the difference. It's just the height difference, and Scoob has to. I wonder. I would like to see Scoob spar against someone like Jonathan Simmons for like a couple weeks, and then see what he would add to his bag after that.
In his height, 6'3", he might have found something. He using his height. He trying to shoot over him again.
Yeah, he got an open look every time he wanted.
This top ball, gotta contest that, man. Come on, Scoob. Good defense by Jay Sims. There you go. Oh, what the heck? Oh, is that a turnover? Damn, good defense too.
Great drive. Yeah, just jab cross. Look how simple the game. The game's got to be simple, right? I got to jab you one way, get your body going one way, and I'm going full speed the other way. Jab right, full speed left. The game is really simple, guys, at a high level.
That's not a guaranteed bucket. Damn. I think that's a because they be calling like a tickle flavor, so that might be like that should be a free bucket on the wrap up. He wrapped them all around the neck. Jesus Christ. I literally can't see nothing that's happening to this. Oh, that's great defense. That's great defense. He ran into a wall. It's real. Brick wall.
Oh. This is when it got tough. Once he started slowing down and playing off of 2 feet.
Jay Sims. Sims is up 8-3, but we know Scoob is a walk-down dribbler. Yeah, he'll walk down the dribbler.
I haven't talked much about what Scoob needs to do defensively, just because he actually was getting a lot of stops. I think his defense started getting a little lazy once he wasn't scoring. So I think Scoob understood what he needed to do defensively. I think it was just like a frustration.
Uh-oh, Sims. Oh, my goodness. This shot is good, man.
And I would rather him be shooting deep shots rather than playing off 2 at the basket. So that was just a game plan thing for Scoob. Finally, Jonathan Simmons dropped his foot to give Scoob some free space here. See his foot? Watch, he's worried about Scoob's full speed right because he's drove full speed right a couple times. And as soon as he does, like it actually, now his contest is way different than it was earlier. So Scoob finally gets a clean look at it. But he just needs to keep, this is why driving full speed right has been so important, because it's going to give you shots later on.
There you go. There it begins, right there.
But now he's probably going to have to actually, like, maybe it's a shot fake and drive on this one. Now Simmons is super close. And then I think it was still to the right. And he didn't capitalize on this. Scoob didn't capitalize on this. He's got him off balance. Now he's recovered and he's back on balance. Now it's a high contest. Damn.
That's all it takes.
Tough shot. So I think this is how Bino should play. I don't know. I'd have to have a longer think about that. Does Jerome Randall have that type of yeah, absolutely. He is the epitome of skill. Like, his whole thing is footwork and what to look for here and how to manipulate the defense to dropping their foot and to change their stance. That's his whole thing. Nice job here. Tries to get around. I think he hits knees. Not knees, but this Jonathan Simmons knee gets Scoob here. And remember how I always say to you guys, it's a game of inches with your footwork? This is why. And this is why everyone in the comments, that's whenever I do get pedantic about footwork, as you know, my channel is the simplest channel of all time. Full speed left, full speed right. I don't care. Use whatever foot, use whatever crossover. I don't care. Just go full speed left, full speed right. Once you're playing full speed, then we can break stuff down. Now, this is where it does matter, though. When you're playing someone at this elite level and they've got all the advantage, this is where it matters. Scoob being able to get fully around that leg. He got his toe pointing towards the basket. He's got to get his shoulder around his hip, like I just talked about, and he's got to pull himself through and get his shoulders to the backboard. This should have been another layup. But because it's a game of inches, he didn't fully get around him. It ends up turning into a step back, which still, that's a very Shea-like step back from Scoob, actually. Still gets a clean look. Okay, that's still a very clean look. But those are just those little tiny things that if you sharpen up your angles or you rep out those drives a little bit more, that should be a layup. Right? Like you're getting your shoulders all the way completely around him. Those should be layups. So it's just little things like that. It's a game of inches.
I didn't see it, but I know it's a great shot.
Great shot.
Micah Lancaster inside step, the dig step.
Jay Sam's taking it from the left. Let's see what he gets.
But that's why I always advocate. So that's the whole onside step thing, right? That's why I always advocate for your outside foot to be the one that's doing the reaching. Like that's the foot I should be exploding past you with. Whereas most people are trying to explode past with their crossover step. So I'm less about which step you step with first. I'm just like, when you are trying to get around their foot, it should be that outside step is the one you should be going with, and you can slide that contact.
That's a good hand.
Great hands. See, that's that experience on the scene, though.
Yeah, again, not a great drive. Does a good job with this little hip swivel, though.
What they call, huh?
Yeah, it's got to be a foul.
What they call, huh? I think they called a foul on the floor.
Nah, you didn't miss the whole live. We're gonna be streaming for a while. I'll probably take like a short break. Damn, my bad. I'll probably take like a short break in a second, just make sure my camera is charging up just a little bit and doesn't overheat. But we'll stream for a while.
Oh my gosh, go!
I couldn't see what happened.
Oh my God! Good defense. Look at him. Hold on,
It's good D. Good defense. Say less.
Height difference don't matter. Height difference do not matter.
You seen the stare down? It's cool. Oh, Theo.
And I like this. That's a really good shot. But again, he's been going full speed right. So he gets Simmons turning a little bit to the left, like reading his full speed right. Gets a clean look. Again, that one was a clean look. Really good look.
I'm about to get up on my seat.
But most of everything that's been built this game has been just the threat of Scoob going full speed right to the basket. Scoob just needs to like keep that in his brain the whole time. I need to play off of that. Make him either think I'm doing that or actually do that.
Just hope that Jay Simmons can keep up.
Great contest there too.
You know what? He got. I hope his stamina there. I hope his endurance there.
That's the only thing. If he can keep it, if he can keep that stamina. Because that dribble pull up is there.
It's money every time.
Dribble pull up is money every time. He heard you.
Hey, good defense, Scoob.
Scoob missed more than normal from three. Well, he did, but there's a reason why. There's a very good reason why.
I think he hit the ball though. He deflected.
I didn't even see it.
I think he deflected it though. Scoop deflected it.
I wish I seen it, but I didn't see it. Come on, Scoob, you're down 3. You gotta catch it. He gotta catch it. He gotta catch it.
He had possession of it.
No, he didn't catch it. He didn't catch it.
Yeah, you gotta catch it first.
Wait, what?
You gotta.
He got Scoob, you're down 3. You gotta catch it.
But it's not turnover anyways because he didn't even lose the ball. He didn't even lose the ball, so either way, it's not a turnover.
I don't know what's going on, y'all. I'm trying to figure it out just as much as I'm trying to figure it out.
Now they got to shoot for it.
You can't let that Scoob be down 3, Scoob.
Down 3.
Jay Sims is a real pro, though, man. You can already see it. The jump shot alone.
This is the game for Scoob right here.
Oh my
hey,
God.
Scoob, if you do watch this breakdown, this is the whole game for you. Like this is the whole game. It's the full speed right. This was the whole game. Like once you just like decide that you're going to go with all your might, getting around him to the right, this is where the game starts for you. Like he still was reaching across, but at least you kept your feet moving. But now your counters come out, right? Full speed right. Now you counter with the spin, which we spoke about this. I don't know if you remember we had this conversation, but full speed right. And I said your spin move, that you should be pushing off this foot and essentially getting your shoulder all the way around to where this should be a layup. You still got a clean look. You still spun more towards the middle. I think you could have just closed him off and got to the backboard, but this was the whole game for you. Full speed right, playing those angles, playing those bumps, and just different counters going that direction. Then play off of that. Yeah, they're perfect right there. Just stay with it. This is a whole game for Scoob. Full speed right. Now we fake the full speed right into an open 3. Right? Now we get an open look. This is the whole game for Scoob. Hey, back to it. Right? Next time we get the ball, straight back to it. He got to guard that.
I'm trying to keep calm.
I like this bump right here.
Hey,
Great defense.
I thought it was gonna be an one.
Energy was about to be crazy.
Why let him play through it though, man? I like that no call.
Oh my God.
Got a good look. Yeah, full speed left. And the whole game for Scoob is just like, I got to get him moving. It's honestly how he played Nas. Hey, I'm getting out of this little triple threat. I'm getting out of here. I'm going full speed right, or I'm faking full speed right in my shot.
In the halftime. He about to take it in the halftime. Scoob about to take it in the halftime.
I mean, at some point, that's got to be a free throw or something, right?
Yeah,
You gotta let him catch it first, yeah.
You gotta let him catch the ball.
There you go.
So I think this benefits Simmons. And I know you get tired. People get tired. Like you can't do the same thing every time, but I do think this is where your advantage is and where it really puts him in a tough spot. You got to be committed to full speed right. Once you start going, all right, let's read here. He can react to everything you do because he's just got the height advantage and he's athletic. So he's just waiting. He's just reacting. He's just reacting. And I think this one, he thought he got a deflection. I don't know. He just stopped playing. But yeah, I think Scoob making sure he's going. I know he ended up scoring this, but it's also because Simmons just stopped.
What they call? Wait, I heard the whistle blow. Wait.
Is that foul? I can't see. I can't see.
What up, Trini?
I genuinely cannot see.
And Jay Perk as well. How you doing?
It was 4.
That counted. That should count. I mean, it was only 4 dribbles.
Coming from halftime, let's see what we get into.
Again, still a decent look. I just think let him off the hook here. Not going full speed because he can react and recover to this. Like he's there and you've already picked the ball up. Now he gets to go all out and contest. The refs were on some BS, letting him do a lot of things that's supposed to be for sure. I mean, it's home court advantage, right? I expect that. And Scoob's used to this. Scoob goes to everyone else's trenches and plays. Home court advantage is what it is. on top of him being an NBA player.
Listen, my bad. I feel you, man. I'm right there with you.
Okay. Oh.
I don't know why that's a foul.
That's bucket. Come on, Jason's making this a game, man. He ain't gonna give up.
Oh, look at physical.
Hey, but Jason is match.
And again, as a coach or as someone that gives advice, I never bail people out with the refs. I never say, the ref's this, ref, because then it takes some responsibility away from the player. I'd rather give them advice that they can, at least stuff that they can control and they can help and fix.
They out here to put on.
If I just say, the refs were bad, then makes them think they couldn't have done anything different, you know? Look why this worked for Jonathan Simmons, though. Full speed left, boom. Got Scoob off his line, straight line drive.
I thought he was about to dunk. I thought he was about to dunk on Scoob.
He got up right there.
That's a good bucket. He down 1 point. He down 1 point.
16. I thought he got that drop.
He almost had that drop. That'd have been a whole different momentum changer. Come on, Scoob.
So now Scoob got to get him off his line, or he just got a foot race to the basket. Right there. Hey, let's go. I'm telling you, there is a world where Scoob gets to do this rematch and he wins the next one. After watch some game film, like change a couple things, there's a world where Scoob just comes in and wins the next one. I'm not even kidding.
His bag is too much. Come on, man. Great basketball.
What's the score prediction before this game get over with, man?
Is this an old game? About a month. Yeah, this is where he needs to stay away from. The double move stuff. He's an NBA player. Like double moves, he's waiting. He's waiting and reacting. I don't mind it because I saw the vision. I see the vision. I see what he was trying to do because he did play off a full speed right. He's just an elite defender. I see the vision, Scoop. I see the vision. But now let's think about why did Simmons not fall for your crossover right here? Why did he not fall for your? Why did he not fall? Why did he not turn his hips and start running? Why did he not fall for that? It never looked like you wanted to go full speed. So again, just clean that up a little bit. Maybe really sell it a little bit better. Your double crossover. Yeah, I did a training session with Sedale Threat. If you guys remember, he used to play for the Lakers. I used to train with him quite a bit. And one thing he taught me was when we would do ball, he'd be like, all right, I want you to go do an in and out. I'd go do an in and out dribble like that, right? And he's like, nah. I want you to sell it. I want you to throw the ball as far as you can over here for your in and out. So when we do our in and out, he'd be like, throw that ball out here, like way outside the frame of the camera. You guys couldn't even see it, but he's like, no, we're throwing that ball way out there for our in and out. And that's where I want you to go. So when I look at Scoob right here, I'm like, Scoob's crossover was here. Boom, boom. That was his fake to the right. But what Scoob needed to do was boom, like really sell it like you're going. Shoulders, hips, fake, everything needs to go. So it really sells Jonathan Simmons on this. Then he goes to the left. So little things like that, I think he can improve on. But that would work against someone Scoob's height because they have to respect it. Right? They have to. But Simmons he can wait a split second longer to see he can wait a split second longer to react because he's just the taller player and stronger.
He hit that too.
Give me more. He's going to hit some tough shots. Every shot go up, you got to be hitting.
The reason I'm spending so much time on this one is because I think there's a lot of valuable stuff here for Scoob for one, but just players in general when you're playing someone that physically outmatches you.
For sure.
Scoob pressed up. You're not giving him no space.
He can get 2 feet in the key every time. That's tough.
That's tough right there. It almost dropped.
Come on, man.
And then if you're Jerome Randall, you just got it perfect. Ooh. But yeah, I mean, Jerome Randall does do all those things I'm saying. Like he does do all this stuff. That is what makes him so great. Every move, he rarely has like a wasted movement, or he rarely has like a fake that doesn't look real.
Jay Sims is really just shooting.
His counters look exactly like his actual move.
Dribble whenever. Oh, down here. Oh. Yeah, he just lost that one. It definitely wasn't no foul right there.
Hey, that's a foul. That's a foul. That's not a foul? We heard the same thing right back. You know what? Hey,
I liked it. There was 3 or 4 times they went back and forth with that.
Oh, right back.
Same thing, right?
They're the same person, man. I'm telling you, they're the same person. One of them just happens to be 6'6".
Matching that energy.
Yeah, and he learning. He learning quick.
Who was that with the locks? Son.
He icing what Scoop doing. Jay Sims is low-key icing what Scoop doing.
Yeah, just another tough shot. Everything's just got to be to the basket, so you get a little bit more space for your shot. But yeah, I know every move can't be perfect. I know like getting a shot off is important. So I'm not being critical because I think Scoop played bad. I'm just trying to give pointers on each play.
Great shot. That's why I say he a real pro.
Oh, down here.
It started getting tough when he started getting 2 feet in the key.
H-Town talking, man.
H-Town really doing that thing.
The energy in the building, man. Jay Sims did play with Kawhi Leonard. I heard somebody say like he ain't playing with Kawhi.
I heard that too.
Forget that. The city behind him right now, though, man. This is a real dog fight.
Oh my goodness.
It's a good look. You finally got a good look, and yeah, finally got a good look. Like I said, I know what it's like when you're playing someone that's like taller and more athletic than you're used to. You finally get a clean look, and you feel like you like might rush it. And everything Simmons is doing is straight to the basket, right? Full speed right, full speed left.
Scoop gonna always go down swinging. Scoop gonna make his run. Jay Sims just on his run right now.
Scoop gonna make a run.
That's it.
Uh-oh, Jay.
Like everything's just full speed right, full speed left, full speed right into a hezzy pull up, full speed left into a hezzy pull up. Very simple game from Simmons. Hold on, let's look at this. Like, yeah, full speed. Hey, I'm telling you, this is like elbow to the chin. Scoop went through that hand. Full speed explode through the arm. Like, sit him down. This is how your drive needs to be every time. I go dunk that. I sit him down and go dunk it. Again, I'm just saying, like, but that's the mentality you got to have as a player of like, that's how hard I have to drive every single time. And it's tough when you first start doing it. Your legs get really tired really quick. But then once that becomes a habit, that's just how you play. And I caught so many people with my elbow and with my shoulder just because of that same sort of thing. They start reaching across, boom, I'm going at the same time. Jerome Randall did it to Nesco. And unfortunately, Randall got the worst of that because he hit his head into Nesco's shoulder. But Jerome Randall saw Nesco lifting up to reach, and Jerome Randall went full speed. And that, yeah, it just is what it is, man. Yeah, I was playing against, there was a kid that I used to, I would, all the younger kids coming up and that would be like an 18-year-old playing their first pro league game or whatever. I would always reach out to them, even if they were on the other team. And I'd be like, good luck, man. I've been keeping up with you, like whatever. Trying to help them out. But one time, one of them was guarding me. I caught it on a closeout and I just blew by and I elbowed him in the nose and I heard the crunch and I went and dunked it. And then I turned around and he was like laying on the ground and his nose was bleeding. And I was like, damn, sorry it had to be you, bud. I obviously didn't do it on purpose, but
that is so tough. We would have made that.
That was tough.
Let's see if Scoop can make a free throw. I don't know that. Come on, Scoop. Good shot, Scoop.
Full speed right. Oh, hey, that's the game for Scoop though. Once you go full speed right, like this has been the game. This has been the game.
guys
What up, LQ? How you doing?
see, you know what I'm saying, if Scoop can finish off this game? Or
Hey, man, get a better
See what's
angle.
going on.
Pass my homie the ball. G, come on, son. Get your big ass play basketball. Get a better angle.
turn everybody Scoop back. Let's see.
Uh-oh. JCM.
Oh, good crossover.
Getting
Downhill.
downhill.
Oh.
Scoop doing everything he's supposed to do, man. He did everything he's supposed to do.
Uh-oh.
It's a lot of animosity in the gym, man.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And now the difference with Scoob's left drive. So Baby Durant, I'd be interested in your thoughts on this. This is why I advocate for full onside step, because the crossover step against a good defender. Let's talk about this. I don't mind crossover step, but I feel like you have to have an advantage before you get into you don't get to just do it for no reason. Scoob goes crossover step. He doesn't bite. Again, he doesn't bite. Like, why was this the drive? Why was this the move? Right? You got to get him moving to the right before your crossover step will get you a good angle. But he just goes crossover step, Scoob's shoulders facing the sideline. Now you get bumped by a good defender. And now you're like in no man's land, right? It's just pushing you out towards the side. Whereas we've seen with the onside step, you get bumped by a defender, you can slide past. So that's why I'm big on it. And then nice little cross here. And again, got to keep now the onside steps got to come out. I know your legs are tired, but you got to push through to the basket. He ends up making something out of nothing. Does he make this shot? He does. Hell of a move.
Man,
Yeah, that's a lot.
Hell of a move. But yeah, getting that foot pass, keep those feet moving.
oh my goodness.
This was the exact same move Scoob was stuck with earlier, right? Once he got here, and he went crossover step here. Earlier on, he went with his crossover step, and it sent him sideways. This time he goes onside step to push through, slides off the arm, slides off just like we were just talking about, right? Gets past, one dribble from the three-point line all the way to the basket. I mean, this is exactly what we teach on the channel. This is like textbook. The first drive wasn't good, but that second drive.
Oh, my.
And what I told you about Scoop, Scoop is somebody you can never count out.
Was that a negative step? I mean, I don't think so.
Oh, he got it off. He wasn't looking. Oh.
That would have been big.
Scoop almost snuck away with one.
That would have hurt it right there.
That's good. That's good defense.
And I'm not breaking down any of the footwork from Simmet. Like, it just doesn't matter. He's just bigger and stronger, and like footwork doesn't have to be perfect. He can just take that whatever angle he wants. He can just lower his shoulder and fight to the basket.
It's gonna be another one.
Yo, what up, Dylan? How we doing?
Down to the way.
How'd you enjoy your week at OTD?
Let's see, man. He made it. It's over. It's a 1-point game right now. Scoob is down 1.
Speed right.
Uh-oh.
Oh, should went to the basket. Good night.
That jumper is kind, bro.
Every time, automatic.
Is that what makes the pros different? The jump shooting ability? Is that what?
You know,
Making ability?
that's like natural for him.
It is. That's a good hand.
Like he can do that in his sleep, look.
Oh my goodness.
Jab pull.
Oh my goodness.
That
Come
would
on,
hurt
Scoob.
right there.
Hey, that would have hurt. I'd have been sad because look, at that point he make that. He got 2 more points and now you on edge the whole game. Come on, Scoob. Scoob gonna shoot it. I like it.
Nice.
Scoob gonna shoot it. I like it.
Yeah, same thing. Every single time he's driving with his crossover step and gets bumped. I mean, he ends up getting his shoulders to the basket. That was pretty good. He just lost the ball. Yeah, he just ended up losing the ball. He actually had him there.
Oh,
That's tough because that would have been a layup.
that's good defense right there, man.
There's so many people standing up. Oh my goodness.
Videos are going crazy right now.
Jay Sam's with the ball. He's
Did you post anything?
Up 3, 25-22, check. The city is outside, man.
shot right here would hurt.
Houston outside, man.
Can't go onside step going left. Well, you can. You can. It's just your first step, the crossover step. is a short one. That second step would then become your onside step. That's the one that gets your shoulders to the basket. You can't get your shoulders to the basket with a crossover step unless you like step like fully across your body. You know, I don't know how to explain it. Which I think they call that a dig step.
But I will say this.
That's a great shot,
At this
though.
point, whatever happens, nobody can never say that these YouTubers can't hang with these pros.
Don't belong on the court with the pros.
Scoob has been showing that, you know what I'm saying, that he can hang with the best of the best.
They obviously
11K views, right? Is it a short or a YouTube video? Great drive.
Hey. I don't know what it was.
I don't know.
Man, Scoob has missed 2 layups as well. I'm telling y'all, there's a world where Scoob wins this, and not convincingly, but wins this by 6 points.
Finish that one.
JC's at the ball. Let's see.
Uh-oh. Oh.
And they,
Like a pro.
man, he getting every call too. You know what the result was? I know, but going back and watching it makes you realize how close this game actually was.
I cannot see.
Whoa.
He ain't missed one yet.
This is it.
Real ace.
Oh, that's Nick. This is owner of Pure Ones up here.
Versus Scoob. You know what I'm saying? Up in the high place. Excited.
Ugh.
Man, this is a great ball right here.
A reel on Instagram. I'll have to check them out.
Scoob has been playing a great game, fadeaway shots, which again,
Oh, Jay Sims.
Where did Simmons play at? I don't remember. I know he played for the Spurs though. He played in the G League, played for the Spurs.
I think he goes straight downhill right here.
we gotta stand up again. Come on, let's see what happens. Jay Sims fighting, Scoob fighting back.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder how many fouls did we see? I saw the stats from this, right? I can't remember how many fouls Simmons got compared to Scoob.
Every day. What's the call?
He got him.
Jay Sims is playing on another level.
I don't think he missed any free throws either, did he?
I'm just saying, man. Hey, it might be levels, man. I guess I caught him the turn. Oh, yeah, he not missing
He
here.
not missing. Scoob did all he could, man.
Hey, that was such a good game, man. Especially watching it back, you see like there's a world where Scoob wins that. He missed 2 layups. Obviously, he didn't shoot well. I want to give Simmons credit for that. There's a reason he didn't shoot well. Okay, it's not like Scoob was just off. There's a reason he didn't shoot well. It's different shooting against someone 6'6", really good defender. But it was the couple layups to the basket, and I think Scoob probably had maybe three plays where I think it was just inefficient drives. You know, like give yourself 3 better drives and make those 2 layups. Like that's game. That's game right there. Plus you give yourself probably 5-6 more possessions too, because it's make it take it. So yeah, this was a really good game, really fun to watch, and it does show like what you have to overcome as the shorter player. You just got to be so much more fundamental, and that's again why it makes it so impressive for players like Jerome Randall, how they consistently get their shots up, and then you can see the IQ and the type of footwork that they pay attention to consistently do that at a high level. So really good game. Let me know what you guys thought down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Simmons played JUCO, then 1 year at Houston before Kelvin Sampson was there. Okay. Do you think it'd be different if Scoob had Big 3 experience? I don't know if Big 3 experience is necessarily what would have helped here. I just think Scoob sparring against Jonathan Simmons, sparring against someone that height that's a good defender. So my camera, I unplugged it so it would not overheat. I'm going to plug it in. And then I want to do one more video. I'm going to do one more video today at least. Because you guys were wanting me to, what was it? What were we looking at? Oh, you wanted me to watch Bielis's top 10. Top 10 list. So we'll look at that. And then tomorrow we'll probably do 3-4 videos too. Who's winning on 1v1 to 21? MJ or Kobe? Wimby. Nas internet beef? Nah, maybe tomorrow. You should have 10 seconds earlier we would have done it. Damn. Top 10 rankings? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll watch this. We'll bring up Swift Hoops. Apparently I probably got the old website again, apparently. But just so I can check, because I haven't even looked at records and stuff in so long, because I wasn't going to make another top 10 till all of these events and everything are over. And then we can look at records, resumes, we can have these conversations. So it's good that Bielis has done one. So we can start like having the convos, see where other people are at. But now we can go back and do a little bit of research. All right. I think we got it, guys. Can I do a scar video? What do you mean by that? Oh, we'll watch that tomorrow. I need to do my own top 10. I did one freaking last month, didn't I? Buddy old pal. I'll do one every month, probably we'll do one. Scoob is who we want Nas to be. Played Eugene, Jay Sims, Rob, LP. Nas never beaten the allegations, huh? All right. What's up, gang? Hope you're doing well. You guys have been asking. We watch B. Ellis's It's Not Debatable. The new top 10 1v1 players list will shock you. B. Ellis, biased rankings. Hey, stop stealing my titles, buddy. We'll give it a watch. Oh, it's not that loud today. It's not that loud today.
Oh my God! Welcome back to the Man Channel with your boy. Let's see, we have a special video. We'll be updating the top 10 1v1 players within the 1v1 scene. Make sure you guys lock in.
It says unbiased? Oh, unbiased. I thought it said bias.
In with me.
Oh, maybe that was the thumbnail. The thumbnail says bias, right?
And see what's going on. This is a what have you done for me lately list. What have you done for me lately? Have you been locked in? Have you been active? Have you been doing the things? Have you been playing the competition? Have you been playing in pay-per-views? Have you been playing on series? Have you been playing on the road? Have you been playing on other platforms? What have you been doing as of late to prepare yourself within these rankings?
So this might, remember what I said? You guys were asking me what's my top 10? And I was like, well, it depends. Like, are we ranking all time? Are we ranking power rankings? Are we doing yearly ranking? It sounds like Bielis's advocate, or this list, Bielis's list is going to be recent ranking. So let's call that, I don't think he would start it at the year, like January, but maybe it's like the last 6 months ranking. So this would be like a power ranking, I suppose. Yeah, I think this would be like a power ranking.
Okay, so definitely, if you guys want to look at everybody's 1v1 resume as of late, Swift Hoops does a great job of updating everybody's resume. I don't think they have like the last 2 weeks.
Shout out Swift in the chat, by the way.
There, but they have everything else in there. They do a great job of updating everything. So if you guys have any questions on the games or whatever the case may be, or placement of what have players, I'm going to educate you some. But their resumes are available for you guys to see on Swift Hoops. I am definitely taking into account slightly the overall resume, but the games that happened in like 2024, 2023, they're not at the forefront for me how they were.
Yeah, I mean, this sounds like a power ranking. So like this is essentially what Swift Hoops is overall to some extent, but mainly like power ranking, older games kind of wear down over time. Yeah.
Was in my rankings like a couple years ago? No. It's what have you done for me lately? So make sure you guys like me, hit the like button, subscribe. If you guys want to get 11 through 20, let's get to 2,000 likes, and I'll get you guys 11 through 20, as well as my top five in MVP, and my top 5 in each category of big guard, medium guard, small guard, wings. All right, let's go ahead and get to it, man. We're gonna start from 1 to 10 because starting from 1 is easier for me. Okay, let's go ahead.
Oh, starting at number 1. All right, Nas. It has to be Nas, right? We got to go with Nas. If it's Zay, that's also fair.
Get to the number 1 player within our scene is.
This video is sponsored by Kalshi.
Kalshi's number 1. Number 1 player. Wait, actually, but if it's based off power rankings and lately, yeah, I guess it'd still be the same. I'd probably go Nas. Right? It's probably still gonna be Nas. I'm not saying what my rankings are. I'm saying what I think Bielis will say.
Still, Nasir Core. What Nasir Core has been able to do is.
Let me move my camera.
Especially this year, as of late, being outside still. He's outside way more than what he was last year. So I definitely want to make sure I commend him on that. He has been doing his thing. Beat Uncle Scoob when the entire community was like, yo, you need to play Scoob. You need to play Scoob. And guess what?
Actually, I'm pretty sure he's out. He's been maybe the same as last year, right? Let me have a look. I mean, it wouldn't change. I would still have Nas number 1 as well. It's outside mold. Let me look. So Nas this year, I can do it by year, right? All right, 2026. Nas is 4-0. Nas is 4-0 in 2026, and 2025 he played 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, he's played 10 games last year, and this year he played. Yeah, I mean, he played 4. He's outside the same, I'd say.
He did. He went out there. He played basketball. He had a game plan. He was down 15, down 13 early in the first half. Uncle Scoob went on a great run, and he showed resiliency, and he came back and won that game by 2 points. You got to give him credit for that. He's been outside playing in Ballers Life Battlegrounds. He was outside playing on Ballers Life Battlegrounds in Toronto when he played SK. So he has been frequently updating his resume and playing top-tier talent within this scene. And you couple that with his previous resumes as of last year and the year before that, woo-da-woo-da-woo. But as of late, he has been logged in.
So that means number 2 got to be Zay. I would say Zay.
And so he definitely still has the crown as the number 1 player within our scene. Nasir Core. The number 2 player within our scene to me is Zay. Zay has been looking phenomenal. I think he's 5-0 this year. He is definitely one.
And now let's look at Zay last year, this year. Zay. This year, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Zay 5 wins this year. But again, this is where it's tough because is it overall? If we're doing power rankings, I mean, Zay's played like Clark, Dorian Watson, Kristen Clark, Dorian Watson, LP, which is good, obviously, and then Dre. If we're doing power ranking, this is where it gets tough. It's like, how are we ranking? Like I've got Zay at number 2 also. I'll watch the rest of the list actually. Let's look at 2025. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Damn, he went 13-1 in 2025. Okay.
the candidates of MVP for me right now this year, and with the LP win and him just being outside as frequently as he is outside and the dominance in which he's doing so, you have to give him a lot of credit. He has one.
Honestly, I'd probably have maybe we'll make a list we'll do like a power rankings list for like players for like this year.
Loss throughout his entire 1v1 career, and within the last 6 or 7 months, 8 months to a year, he has been outside frequently, and he has been doing his thing. I think him and Nazir Kaur are on a collision course. To play each other by the end of the year, or play each other early next year, or play each other sooner than the end of the year. But I think we're going to have to see that rematch between these two brothers eventually. And I think with those two being on the same side of YouTube basketball, I think it's inevitable that those two guys play. I think Nas is going to play Archie Goodwin this Summer Jam. I think Zay should play either Bijan or Keem or something like that.
I think Zay should get a similar type of matchup. I'd love to see him play DA. I know DA was calling him out. I'd love to see if Nas and Zay are going to play each other, I'd love to see them both play like a pro and then have their matchup, because it's number 1 versus number 2.
And I think if both of those guys win that game, or even if Nas loses to Archie Goodwin, or even if Zay loses, I want to see Zay versus Nazir Kaur, 1,000%. But Zay is number 2 player in the scene for me.
Oh, hold on. So number 3. Well, again, this is where it's tough. I have Nas, then Zay, and then Scoob, right? But I don't know if BLS is how far he's going to go back with rankings. I got Scoob number 3. I can't see anyone else I can't see him putting anyone else. If you're using Nas and Zay, you got to have Scoob there. So I think he'll put Scoob at number 4. Honestly, I think so. This might be an all-time ranking, because you would have Nas, Zay, Scoob. What do we say? Moon, Rob, 5, Nesco 6. I think that top 6 just never changes. I think that top 6. I think he will keep. I think he will have that same top 6 that we always have. It will be who he has for 7 to 10. I think is where we'll probably start to differ. I think where most people start to differ.
Number 3 player for me right now
Scoob.
is Uncle Scoob. He has moved up the rankings for me. I think I had him at 6 in my previous ranking, but with his frequency of being.
Watch the video. I am watching. I'm trying to say beforehand so that you guys don't go, you're just disagreeing because it's BLS. No, I'm trying to also say what mine is. So if we end up agreeing, then I don't have a disagreement.
Outside, taking matchups, and also, although he lost the Nas game, I mean, damn, he put on a show of the ages.
I didn't know if he'd put Moon over Scoob, though, because Scoob lost his most 2 recent games. I didn't know.
Losing by 2 points because of a free throw rule that you got to, you went out there with the free throw rule, so it is what it is. But Uncle Scoob has been putting on incredible displays, man. Coupling that with a couple guys that have lost on the scene, and then some inactivity by some other players.
If it's no free throw rule, that game don't end. We saw Bruce versus Keem. We saw Briscoe. We don't need to see this again.
Uncle Scoob has to move up in these rankings. He's a top 3 player to me in this scene. He just beat D Pitts in North Carolina, and he's going to continue to be outside. He is the definition of outside. Him and Moon. So yeah, Uncle Scoob to me right now is number.
So Moon has to be 4. Unless he's pushing TNC propaganda. Well, I mean, Moon's TNC. So I was going to say, unless he's pushing TNC propaganda, he put Rob at 4. I think he'll put Moon at 4.
3 in the 1v1 community. The number 4 player within our community is Lamoon James, man. The definition of outside. Him and Uncle Scoob, to me, are the exact same guys. They play anybody. They will go to war against anybody.
So Rob 5, Nesco 6.
1v1. They don't care who it is, where it's at, what the score limit is, what the dribble limit is. And he is definitely a guy that is still within the top 5. He is definitely a top 5 basketball player within this community.
You know what I never realized? Moon is no one ever brings him up. He might be one of the best team setting players too. After watching him this weekend in OTD, I don't know why no one ever brings him up. He might be one of the best team setting players by far. Yeah.
Just with the recent loss to Keon, I have to put Scoob above.
Does he got Ness? Wait, here we go. Does he have Nesco over Rob? I think the top 6 has. Again, I don't know how you don't have the same top 6, but where you go within that top 6, everyone's pretty the same. I'd be surprised if you put Nesco over Rob. Because I've got Rob, then Nesco.
Love him. But other than that, he is a phenomenal basketball player. He's outside. He's 8-3 on the year. I know y'all see that dunk just now. He's 8-3 on the year. He's in the MVP race for me as well. Top 5 within the MVP race this year. Just on the frequency of activity, the frequency that he's outside. Lamone James at number 4. This is going to shock a lot of y'all. Keion's top 5 for me.
Okay. I just had to check. I had to check the record just to make sure. I'm going to listen. We listen and we don't judge. Listen and we don't judge.
Keion is a top 5 basketball player within his community. He has 7 one-on-ones. He's 7-0. Hoodie.
Okay, so the Burke game, I didn't know if that counted, so he's got him at 7-0. Okay.
Kel is one that he's beaten. Reese on pay-per-view. He just beat Scar on pay-per-view.
Wait, so this all right, we'll argue later. I'm going to listen first.
On a different platform, he just beat Lamone James, who was a top 5 guy, and I had Moon number 1 on TNC when those two guys checked up, and that was a heavily anticipated game. Keion and
wait, so you're saying this is a what have you done for me lately? But if he's 7-0, Bijan is 8-0 this year? Who else? Fombi's having a good year. I'm just trying to think. I'll listen.
1v1s is filthy. He has arguably the best 1v1 bag in terms of elusiveness and being able to shot create. He is a epitome of 1v1 basketball right now. He is on a
but also over Cam on TNC.
There, like I said, he's 7-0, and he has some quality wins, and he has some.
All right, hold on. No, I'm waiting because I've been guessing what the next ones are, and that kind of just threw me off. So next one has to be. So I guess Rob would be. All right, hold on. Nas, Scoob. No, Nas, Zay, Scoob. Damn, this guy just threw me off. Moon. Okay. If he's got Keion 5, it's Rob 6, Nesco 7. Cam 8, Bijan 9, Bruce 10. Somebody remember that. See if I'm right. So next one will be Rob.
Blowout wins with Burke, Hoodie Kel, and things of that nature. He won on what did he win on TNC series? He beat Dre as well. Listen, bro, Keion is here to stay. And he's a top 5 basketball player in this community based on activity. He has been outside as of late, and he has top 5. He has a top 5 win. He has a top 5 win. And if you couple that with the wins that he has in terms of the blowouts, in terms of the top 10 to 15 talent that he's beaten, Keion at my number 5. My number 6, I have Rob Cologne. Right. Rob Cologne, I think his resume as of, I think the only 1v1 that Rob has this year is Daquan Brooks to 30.
He got Greg. He also beat Greg. Yeah, I think he's only got those 2 games this year, unless he's counting that for last year.
And that to me hurts him a lot. Rob is not outside as much as I think he could be via 1v1. Obviously,
2 top 10 wins though in Kel and Moon. Is that enough to put you over Rob and Nesco? Is that enough to put you over Rob and Nesco?
Dominates team settings. He dominates tag team one-on-ones. He dominates 3v3s. He's a great basketball player. I'm not taking that away from Rob at all. I think the only thing for me is the frequency in terms of which he's outside. Being that we're in June, we're 6 months in, and Daquan Brooks is your only one-on-one in 2026, I cannot reward that based on how.
If we're talking about right now, but again, Bijan, I feel like Bijan has done just as much. If we're talking about right now, and Rob has only played Daquan Brooks, how do you put Rob over Bijan? How do you put Rob over Bijan? How do you put Nesco over Bijan? How is Bijan not? He might get Player of the Year. He's 8-0, 7-0 this year, 8-0 this year. How is Bijan not in the top 5 if we're talking about what you've done this year? I guess is where
much other people have been outside within this scene. And also we cannot, and I will say this, it's still a 15-0 skunk, and I still.
Rob and Nesco haven't played a game in 2 to 3 months. So what would Scoob's record be this year? Let me see. I'm trying to keep track. I'm trying to. Like Scoob is 3-2 this year. Yeah, Scoob is 3-2 this year. He beat D Pitts, he beat Fredo, and he beat Lefty. And he lost to Nas and he lost to Jonathan Simmons. Is that better than Bijan's resume?
Value it, but I cannot value it as much as it was in 2024.
You feel like Keon deserves to be in that conversation if it's right now? I think he does too.
2023 or something like that. It was 2 or 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? We can't overvalue that Uncle Scoob win as
Keon's wins are against harder competition. Well, right, but we're so what about Rob beating Daquan? Is that better than Bijan's competition?
Much as we did back in the gap, because a lot has happened since then. I still value the Zay win a lot, but Rob needs another top tier 1v1 pay-per-view. He does. He needs to play Uncle Scoob again via rematch trilogy. He needs to play Nasir Core. He needs to play Zay again if that happens. But in terms of the frequency,
so Nesco's 7, right? This is 6. Nesco's 7.
Not the frequency. In terms of the lack of frequency in which he's outside, I cannot have him top 5 based on how the other guys are outside as much frequently and actively within the last 6 months. What is Rob's last 3 games? Is it DA, Greg,
G5, and
Daquan Brooks?
Daquan.
Some guys have played 10, 11 games since then. I can't reward it. He's still a phenomenal basketball player to me, but he's going to be outside my top 5 until he takes a big time matchup again and he wins it. It's just the fact of the matter for me. This game will always be at the forefront. It's a top 3 game. Zay versus Rob is a top 3 game all time for me, but I cannot hang my hat on just that based on how much those other guys in the top 5 have been outside and actively winning games.
But I mean, if we're counting, if we're doing that, like, again, Scoob, I've got Scoob at number 3, but Scoob this year, I mean, he's only got D Pitts, Lefty, and Nelson, and he's had 2 losses, you know?
Since that game. It is what it is.
Ness 7, Cam 8, Bijan 9, Bruce 10. Okay, that's what I had. Let's see.
My number 7, we have Caleb Huffman.
He's just played all he's played is Mike Bruce this year, right? My brain is scrambled. Hold on. C4, and again, C4, my guy. C4. Yeah, so he only played Mike Bruce this year. And Tay recently, right? I'm sorry, my brain, I wasn't expecting that. Damn, maybe you don't have Nesco in here.
I think what really solidified him being top 7 for me was not only the ISO Tay win, but coupling that with coming back and beating a hungry Mike Bruce in the way he had to beat.
Coach, it's not hard to see that he uses both all-time and recent bossiness. Wait, so are you saying I'm overthinking it? Or are you saying that it's just his list and don't think too hard on it?
Mike Bruce in that game, phenomenal. He has a BJ.
Or is this like eye test who I would put in the top, like who I think are the best players?
Win, ISO Tay win, and he has, what else does he have? And obviously the Mike Bruce win. C4 has been phenomenal in his 1v1 career. He also has a Scotty Lewis win on pay-per-view.
He's only got 6 games, right? I think he's only got 6 games.
I don't think he's lost on pay-per-view. I don't think he has lost on pay-per-view. And if you're talking about in terms of the dominance in which C4 is winning some of these games.
Yeah, I like Bijan has to be in there, right? Bijan has to be. And then I got Bruce in there. Again, if we're talking about like activity and lots of games.
You have to give him credit where credit is due. And as of late, as of right now, C4 is number 7 for me. And at my number 8, we have Cam So Smooth.
I did have Cam. Here, but I would probably, if those were the players you were giving me, I'd probably have Cam over C4. I'd probably have Cam over C4. Bielis uses both recent events and all time, but how is C4 in the top 10 by either of those metrics? Talent over resume?
A guy that has not lost in 2 years other than 2. Lamoon James. That's the only guy Cam So Smooth has lost to in the last 2 years, or a year and a half, because it's been a year and 6 months, or whatever the case may be, a year and some change. Cam So Smooth since his...
How many games has Cam played this year? I think he's got like 4. I'll check. Yeah, I'll probably switch Cam and C4 at least. Also like Fomby and Kel, are they? Damn, yeah, I forgot about Kel. Shit. This year, yeah, Cam's got 4. Frigga, Pert, Boog, and Reese. 2025 lost to, Baldy 6-12. I don't know if that game, does that game not, they counted or not? Does that game count or not? I don't freaking know. Mike Harden, Drew Cota, Jordan Hines, Pat White, Lat. But the problem is he just doesn't have any big wins. Like the Lat win is really good, obviously. Look, I'm not going to say like Mike Harden, that's a good win. Drew Cota, good. All these are good wins, but I meant like big wins as in like top 10 or whatever.
2024 slump has...
Hell no, that don't count. No, I was just asking because people count some people try and count the Cam and Rob game on Frigmas, and then we get into the other Frigmas games, then we get into the weird, then we get into like OBL games, and it opens up a whole thing.
Been an incredible basketball player via 1v1. And I told y'all it's time to start putting respect on Cam So Smooth. Damn, I can't talk. Cam's name based on what he has been able to do within the last year and a half, year and some change, bro. What is Mike Harden pay-per-view? What is 3-1 pay-per-view, right? Reese pay-per-view, Latin Davis pay-per-view, and he lost to Lamoon James last year. Then he comes back, he beats Boog, he beats Pert. There's some other games like this game right here that happened last year that I can't even think of off the top of my head. Cam So Smooth is probably a combined 9-1 in 2025, 2026. Yeah, Cam So Smooth, number 8. At my number 9, we have Nesco.
Damn, I completely forgot about Nesco. I completely forgot about Nesco. I would probably have Nesco over again. I got Nesco at 6. I just think those top 6 guys, it's really hard for me to conceive of a list without those 6 being in the top 6, unless you really were doing a recent power ranking. Like, what have you done for me in the last, let's say 5 months, 6 months, or just this year? But then my list would look completely different, and like Scoob and Moon would really suffer quite a bit from those two. Obviously Rob. Yeah, Nesco beat Mitri. He obviously got injured. Lost to Jerome Randall, but other than that, he beat Munson, Ty Lawson, Dermani, Trey Croft, Uncle Scoob. And he lost to T. Hosley going to 9 points. But he beat Mario, Makai, John, Mal. Lost to CB, beat Tremaine Gray, Trey Croft, Scar, Mass Hooper, Fomby, James. Like, if we're talking about what you've done that last year and this year, like, nobody been outside more than Nesco. Nesco played more games than almost everybody. If you're using last year and this year. Damn, yeah, rough.
Oh, Nesco is a phenomenal basketball player, phenomenal 1v1.
Scotty said he's setting up Cam versus Nesco once he's fully healthy. Is that Summit game?
One basketball player. I have him at number 9 because his recent activity.
This is why Rob not being outside hurts his rep so much. The weird games like Brooks and Greg and losing to DA just hurt his stat. Yeah, but if we're doing that, then we've got Scoob, who, like I said, Scoob was one of my favorite players, but it's really hard to punish some players for certain things and then not other players, and also give credit to certain players for some things and not others. I think that's why like the ranking sites are good, because whatever data you put in, it keeps it consistent through all players.
Is not against YouTubers. Is not against YouTubers. I understand his overall resume is phenomenal.
I mean, he only played Ty Lawson and Jerome Randall. He only played.
But this is a what have you done for me lately power ranking. This is not a overall who has the best resume overall and let's rank him that way. No, this is an updated power ranking based on activity. And being that he has had a loss against Jerome Randall and he played Ty Lawson and he played somewhere in Houston, I would just like to see Ness play.
Well, he got injured in that. That's when he got injured, was the Houston game. So that game didn't finish.
Play against more YouTubers, because these other guys that I have above him at the time being have been active against other.
I'm just saying C4. I keep thinking of the different, like C4 is not more, it's hard to say C4 is more active than Nesco. It's really hard to say that when Nesco, even this year, has 3 games, right? And he's been injured. And C4's got 2 this year, 1 this year, Mike Bruce. And then he played, obviously, Tay last year. Like, even this year being injured, Nesco has more one-on-one games.
YouTubers. I understand Nesco has an injury, and I understand he's definitely going to be outside when he's able to be on 100% healthy, and he's definitely going to put on a show when he's outside. I just want to see it. I
also will say, I mean, this is B. Ellis's list, so he can have whoever he wants. I'm just trying to. Did he say number 9 is Nesco? So 10 is Bijan.
Guys have been like a Keon, like a Cam So Smooth, like a Moon, like a Uncle Scoob, like a Nas, Nesco, not Nesco, talking about Nesco right now, but like a Zay. Like, these guys have been outside against other YouTubers. And I would just like to see Nesco get back to that compared to what the other guys are doing. At number 10, I have Bijan.
Yelling at me.
At number 10, I have Bijan. Bijan has been on an absolute tear since he's been in the 1v1 scene doing his thing. I believe he only has 1 loss, and that's to Uncle Scoob himself. And the more Bijan wins games, the better the win is for Uncle Scoob. But man, what he's been able to do going on different platforms and winning games, whether that be BIL, whether that be OTD, whether that be TNC, Bijan has shown his true skill set. And I think I want to give a lot of credit.
Damn, I probably have if you're putting Keon, like giving Keon credit for recency, I guess, to me, Bijan, like being 8-0 this year, I really do feel like Bijan has to be, he's the forefront for player of the year, I believe, at the moment. Keon right there. They're probably 1A and 1B. I just feel like wherever you put Keon, it's kind of like that Moon and Scoob situation. You remember? Like, I feel like if you've got Keon over Bijan, I think Bijan has to be right behind him. If you got Bijan up there, I think Keon has to be right there. So again, consistency is always hard to keep when you do these top 10 lists. Like Bijan, BL is obviously entitled to his opinion. I do think that this is why, like, the rankings, everyone gets really disappointed with the rankings, but this is what we saw. This is why we started really pushing forward for the Swift Hoops site, is to whatever stipulations you put on one player or one platform, it needs to be consistent. And it doesn't matter, like, whatever if you value being outside more, or if you value pay-per-view wins, or if you value games to 30, if you value how much someone wins by, whatever it is, whatever you value, just keep it consistent across the players. That way everyone's list gets kind of the same. All right. And then the reason I started doing top 10 rankings was because I did see rankings that were being done that were leaving out, and you hear from some of the players like, how is this guy ranked above this player? And that's why I started doing these lists, because a lot of the players were having issues with a lot of the rankings. So that's why I think consistency is super important. I also do agree with different platforms doing different rankings and having different ranking systems or what they value. But yeah, that's why it's always tough. And this is why everyone's always going to have such different opinions when it comes to rankings, because some people are going to value certain things a little bit more. So yeah, interesting list. We'll probably do one exactly halfway through the year. So once June is over, we'll probably do one, because that's mid-year. So we'll do like mid-year rankings, mid-year awards and stuff like that. But yeah, I probably won't do one soon, just because I want to see which games of the series come out too. But yeah, overall I like it. I do think that top 6, that's where the real issue comes in with rankings. That top 6 is really tough to break apart. But if you do yearly rankings, or if you do power rankings, honestly, like Nas, Scoob, Zay, Rob, Nesco, all those guys are kind of thrown out the window then. And you end up with, I think Bijan, when we saw it, Bijan's like up there number 1, Keon is up there number 2, and like quite a other few players. Zoe would be up there. Quite a few other players would be ranked really high that aren't even on most people's lists. So yeah, that's my thoughts. There's no way in a what have you done for me lately list is Bijan below Nesco, Rob, and C4. I guess that's where I'm kind of at. And the only reason I guess trying to have an opinion on these lists is because I can voice what I guess some of the players. Bijan's probably going to jump in here in 30 minutes and start punching walls. Bijan hasn't beaten someone like Moon though. Colin beat Moon, and he's 1-0 now. Moon plays a lot of games. Sometimes Moon loses. Dang 6-2. Yeah, so Dang would be up there. Yeah. Oh yeah, Bijan beat Fombi. Yeah, these lists are tough because if you try to do it off the top of your head or off memory, like you always leave something out or you always forget something. So that's why I think the ranking sites are super important, and just having the info there, you guys can do your own top 10 list, do your own tier lists, all that. Oh yeah, Mead. Yeah, Mead beat Moon. 50% integrity, 50% clickbait, and this coming from a supporter of his content. That's the content game, though. That's the content game. Got to do what you got to do. Didn't Fombi get absolutely killed? All right, so let's real quick, while we're talking about this sort of stuff, right? This is how these narratives get started. That's why I made that post that I made on my story where I said, newsflash, buddy, 50% of the players that played yesterday lost. It would have been a big deal if Moon lost to somebody 2 years ago, because it was probably Moon who was doing this full time against some random in the crowd that just plays basketball for fun, right? Like it would have been a shock. Like, oh my gosh, can't believe Moon lost. Who is this guy that beat Moon? It'd been a shock if Nas lost. It's a shock when Scoob loses, like whatever. It was a shock when some of these people lose. Nowadays, it's not a shock because it's all G League players, it's overseas pros, it's former NBA players, these are elite of the elite player, D1 college players. These are all these guys are pros. So people lose more games now. So we can't hold the same standard that we had 2 years ago, YouTuber versus some random in the crowd. Now we're seeing pros versus other pros. Like this is what the level is. So when someone loses, we can't be like, that their resume is tarnished for the rest of life. It's just going to happen more and more now. So exactly like we said, Mead jumping in and beating Moon, like Fombi losing to Simba doesn't mean Fombi sucks. No, I just got beat by Simba, and then he went and beat a lot of people, and then he lost to Bijan. He went and beat a lot more people. Mead is 7-0. Yeah, Mead gotta have a great record. That's what I say. People got to find out what they value, to be honest, because that's what matters most. Yeah, I mean, look, I feel like we're retreading water. This is why I started doing rankings, because of all these questions. We just did B. Ellis's rankings, right? We just watched these, and he probably had 3, 4, 5 different categories that he thought were important. And based on the player, like it'd be a different category. Like he had different reasoning for like different players being there, right? That's human. That's what we do. And then based off B. Ellis's list, I've got 20, 30 people in chat going, well, but I think all this. And again, that's why I think the ranking sites or having data and an algorithm is super important, because whatever formula you put in for this player, it's going to, boom, do the same thing across all the players. So now that is where you can start thinking, what do I value? What do I think is more important? And it'll just hold all the players to that same standard. So these conversations are fun, but they quickly get out of hand. They quickly snowball. People for real think that if you're outside that much that you're supposed to be undefeated. It's a reason only one person out of everybody is undefeated to 30. And that's why it's so crazy that Nas is like that. And I don't think we're not going to see that anymore. We're not going to see people go 2.5, 3 years without losing a game. It's also why I'm not too high on guys being ranked top 10 early, like Keem and C4, without playing everyone else. Exactly. And look, to be honest, those top 6 guys we talked about, adding a different formula in that just not deletes, but basically doesn't take into account games over 2-3 years ago against all these players that only played one game on the scene, because those games just aren't available like that anymore. Bijan must be Coach Mitty's secret son or something. Why you say that? Is there ever going to be one ranking system across the board for all platforms? No, I don't think there should be either. I think even look at this video. Look how many conversations it's given us. I think different opinions, different ranking sites, different platforms having different rankings is super important. Now there should be a committee. We spoke about this a lot. There should be a committee across the 3 platforms at some point that can do the awards. So player of the year, all that. I think that matters. But I mean, what your ranking is on this site or what your ranking is over on this platform or whatever, it shouldn't really hold too much weight of like what a player, how a player values himself or how the community values a player. But yeah, at some point we should come together for when it does come time for like awards. I think that's important. Players really do care. You know, if you get a ring at the end of the year or a belt or an award, a trophy or something, that stuff does matter and has lasting impact. Trying to push a Bijan agenda? Am I? I feel like that's the obvious agenda to push. Yeah, I feel like that's just I feel like I'm fighting for Bijan because he was ranked. I feel like he should have been ranked higher, but that's up to the players. Check up. All right, that was a good video. All right, gang. Good little stream there. C4 versus LP matchup is must-see TV. That'll be a great one. I can't wait for that. All right, so guys, this week, it's what I need from you, okay? I'm going to stream tomorrow. I'm going to stream every day this week. I might possibly stream this weekend, depending, just because I've been away for so long. But we're back to our 2 videos every day, 3 possibly over on the other channel. And I've got to get through a lot of videos tomorrow too. What I need from you guys, once this week, I'm going to do a stream where we get all the best YouTubers to watch for basketball. So like the Film Room, Coach Mike, all that sort of stuff. We're going to create a list. I would also like to, I got another project I want to do for the 1v1 scene, but maybe we'll talk about that later on this week. But that's the main thing. So sometime this week we'll do that. Also on Friday, anyone that wants to argue with me or argue about something else or vent or whatever, we do those on Friday. The ESPYs of professional sport. Yeah, something like that, nerd. Keem and Bijan played this weekend. Has it already happened? Huh? But yeah, that's all I got for today. You guys got anything else? Got anything else for me? Chat? Anything else? Huh? Nothing? All right. All right. You guys take care. I'll see you all tomorrow. Same time. Actually, I'll probably be on a little bit earlier because I don't have to set up my stream again. So probably 11 a.m. PST. Sneak your YouTube channel on that list. Do it. Do you have a YouTube channel? Did you start up a YouTube channel, Baby Durant? I was just checking, making sure. All right, making sure you guys didn't send anything, personal message or anything. All right, you guys take care. I'll see y'all tomorrow.